heat gained by A is how much? ml plus Ca. So if you compare this standard equation, acceleration by y coordinate, it is minus 3 meter per second square. This represents the total enthalpy of formation of products. So the correct answer in this one should be one cyclohexane and one benzene ring. pH of chamber B is 12 minus log 4. This value will be 3 by 4 first of all electron A square S square plus QR.
Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to the test recording of FLT-05, and today we're gonna discuss the full length test of physics for FLT-05. Correct. So yeah, guys, let us begin. First of all, a brief introduction about myself. My name is Viraj. I am a physics master teacher at Vedanta. Okay, shall. So let's start, guys. Everyone. So first of all, the question in front of you is, if mx and my denote the atomic masses of the parent and daughter nuclei, respectively, in a radioactive decay, the Q value for a beta decay is Q1, and that for beta plus decay is Q2. Okay. Me denotes the mass of an electron, then which of the following statement is correct? See, what we are doing is that if we talk about Q, if we talk about Q, so Q will be equal to mx minus my. Why? Because in beta minus decay, the nucleus loses your negative charge. In beta minus decay, what happens? Beta minus decay mein nucleus loses negative charge. And which makes it more positive, which in turn makes it more positive because it is losing negative charge. So what it will become? It will become more positive. So that means the electron cloud must gain an extra electron to keep the atom neutral, right? So overall, 0 electron have been lost by the atom. So lose 1 plus gain 1 is equal to no change, right? So Q is equal to mx minus my. And what about in beta plus decay? Beta plus decay, small q will be equal to mx minus my minus 2m. Don't you think so? Right? So what will happen? See, in beta plus decay, nucleus loses positive charge, so it becomes less positive. So that means electron cloud must lose a negative charge to keep the atom neutral, right? So overall, 2 electrons have been lost by the atom, one from the nucleus and one from the cloud. So that means mx minus my minus 2m. So if we talk about which of the following statement is correct, so this into c square and this into c square, option A is correct. Option A is your correct answer. Okay, perfect. Sure. Moving on to the next question. Solid A with mass m is at its melting point Ta. It is placed in thermal contact with solid B with heat capacity Cb and initial temperature Tb, where Tb is greater than Ta. The combination is thermally isolated. Okay, A has a latent heat of fusion L when it has melted, has heat capacity Ca. If A completely melts, the final temperature of both A and B. See, when solid A will melt, its latent heat of fusion is L, so it will absorb heat equal to ml, right? It will absorb heat equal to ml. And this heat will come from both solid A and solid B. So if we want to find the final temperature, we have to equate heat gained by A to be equal to heat lost by B, right? So heat gained by A is how much? ml plus Ca Tf minus Ta, right? Final temperature minus initial temperature. Okay. So what it is written? It at its melting point Ta and thermal contact में आने के बाद is it Ta? चलो, okay, whatever. Okay. And then heat loss by B is how much? Cb Tb minus Tf, because initially it was at a greater temperature and then it will lose some heat and it will cool down. So now we have to equate these two equations. So once we equate it, so from here, if you try to solve it, you will get T final is equal to Cata minus Cbtb plus ml upon Ca plus Cb. Ca plus Cb. So this gives you option number A. Sorry, this will be the case. Cata plus Cbtb minus ml, my bad, minus ml upon Ca plus Cb. This is your option number Okay, guys, is it clear? Is it clear? Cool. Okay. The potential energy of a particle of mass 1 kg in motion along x-axis is given by u equals to 5 minus 10 cos 3x. The time period of oscillation t is n by 3 seconds. Find the value of n. They are asking you to tell the value of n. So now guys, we know that the relation between potential energy and force is F is equal to minus du by dx. We know this. So now if we differentiate this whole equation with respect to x, so what we will get? Minus 10 into 3 sine 3x. That will be the differentiation. So that implies we'll get minus 30 sine 3x. This will be the value of force. Okay. So now bachon, we are talking about small oscillation. Small oscillation means small angle. And in case of small angle, we will apply small angle approximation, which states that if the angle is very, very small, sine theta will be nearly equal to theta. So here sine 3x will become 3x. So our f will be equal to minus 30 into 3x. And this will become minus 90x. Correct? This will be your f. So if you compare this standard equation of f with f is equal to minus kx, you will understand that the value of k is 90. The value of k equivalent is 90 newtons per meter. So we know that the time period of oscillation का formula is 2 pi under root m by k, है ना? So बच्चों, this will come as how much is m? The potential energy of particle of mass 1 kg. ठीक है? So now बच्चों, this will become 2 pi. If we bring 2 pi inside the root, it will become 4 pi square m by k. So 4 into pi square we can take as 10 written in the question. Mass is 1 kg upon 90. So if we solve it, we'll get 2 by 3 seconds. The value of time period we will get equals to 2 by 3 seconds. Now compare it with n by 3 seconds. So we'll get the value of n as 2. We'll get value of n as 2. Option number B. Okay, everyone. Moving on. In a resonance tube with tuning fork of frequency 512 Hz, the first resonance occurs at water level equal to 30.3 centimeter and second resonance occurs at 63.7 centimeter. The maximum possible error in the measurement of speed of sound. So see, if pipe is closed at one end, if pipe is closed at one end, then what will happen? Then L1 plus X will be equal to V by 4F and L2 plus X will be equal to 3V by 4F. What is L1 and what is L2 if you ask me? L1 is length of air column at first resonance, length of air column at first resonance. L2 is length of air column at second resonance. What is X? X is end correction. X is end correction. So now bachon, if we see L2 minus L1, what we will get? L2 minus L1 will be equal to V by 2F. So V will be equal to 2F into L2 minus L1. So if we want to find error in V, that means delta V is equal to 2F delta L2 minus L1. Yani 2F delta L2 plus delta L1, because in error we do the addition. So 2 into F is 512 and L2 minus L2 plus L1, this is 63.7 centimeter, 30.3 centimeter, this will become 0.2. So when you multiply this, you will get 204.8 centimeter per second, which is your option number C. Cool. Okay. Next, a uniform rod of mass m, length L, and cross-sectional area A is pulled by two forces, है ना, on a smooth surface as shown. एक force अपना F हो गया, दूसरा force is 3F. Young's modulus of the material is Y, the elongation. See, elongation means they are asking you delta L, change in length. So if we talk about the formula for Young's modulus, the formula is stress upon strain, if you remember. So the formula for stress was F upon A, and for strain was delta L by L. So this is the reciprocal. So this will be like this. So that implies Y is equal to FL by A delta L. This comes the equation. Now, bachon, if we want to find delta L from here, what will be our equation? What will be our equation? Delta L will be equal to bachon FL by AY. This should be our equation, bachon. Delta L is equal to FL upon AY. But now try to understand, here the F is your net force. Here the F is your net force. So the net force acting on this rod is 3F minus F, which is 2F. So we will substitute the value of the net force and then we'll get a final answer delta L is equal to, in place of F, we'll get 2F net force L upon AY. Do we have any options like this? Yes, as you can see, you might be saying it also, sir, option number C. 2FL by AY. Option number C. Cool. Cool, eh? Okay, sorted. Now, guys, question number 6. Two solid spheres of volume 2V, density rho 1 and volume V, okay, density rho 2 are connected with a light string and float in a mixture of two liquids having density rho and 2 rho as shown. So rho dash ki value kya hogi? Okay. So basically, guys, these are two liquids. Liquid 1 whose density is rho, volume is 2V, and the object which is in that liquid is having density rho 1. Other liquid is having density 2 rho, volume V, and the ball or the solid sphere which is there in that liquid is having density rho. Okay. So now people, they are asking that what will be the value of rho dash. They are asking what will be the value of rho dash. So it is very simple. It is very simple. Weight of these two spheres should balance the buoyancy force, right? Weight of, suppose this is sphere A, this is sphere B. So weight of A plus weight of B should balance buoyancy force, right? So this becomes M1G and this becomes M2G equals to FB. Now writing mass in terms of density and volume, this becomes 2V rho 1G, right? 2V rho 1G. Okay, because this becomes volume into density is mass into G plus V rho 2G equal to, what will be the value of buoyancy? 2G V rho plus V into 2 rho G, right? So bachon, from here you can find the value of rho dash, which will come as 2 rho 1 plus rho 2 by 4, which will come as 2 rho 1 plus rho 2 by 4. It's very simple. Have a look at this question. Okay? Have a look at this question and let me know if you have any doubt. This is very, very easy. Very, very, very easy. Right? So, not a big deal. Okay. Chalo. So, moving forward, guys. So, which is the correct option for this question? Option number C. Here. Question number 7. Again, very standard question from Wien's displacement law, or you can say spectral emissive power. Spectral energy distribution E lambda of a black body at two different temperatures T1 and T2 are shown in the figure. If area under the curves are in the ratio 4:1 and T2 is 2000 Kelvin, the value of T1. See guys, we know that area under E lambda and lambda gives us power. So we know P1 by P2 is 4 by 1, which should be equal to T1 by T2 ki power 4. So that implies T1 is equal to T2 4 ki power 1 by 4. So this becomes T2 into root 2. So T2 into root 2, it is very simple to calculate now. T2 is how much? 2000. So T1 is equal to 1.414 into 2000. So bachcho, once you solve it, you will get 2828 Kelvin. What you will get, bachcho? 2828 Kelvin. Clear D, right? Simple. Getting my point? Okay. Option number C. If we talk about question number 8, a diatomic ideal gas undergoes a thermodynamic process A to B to C. As shown in the PV diagram, the total heat supplied to the gas is near D. So see, if we talk about point A, at point A, this point, P naught V naught will be equal to RT naught. P naught V naught is equal to corresponding RT naught. When we go from A to B, follow me carefully here in this question. When we go from A to V, the volume remains constant, right? The volume remains constant. But the pressure is getting doubled. So here in this case, P will be directly proportional to T. Pressure will be directly proportional to temperature. And hence, temperature at point B will be equal to 2 times temperature at point A. Correct? Because pressure at point A is P naught and pressure at point B is 2 P naught. And since pressure and temperature are directly proportional, so temperature will also get doubled from A to B. Okay? So temperature at point A, suppose, will be T naught. So TB will be 2 T naught. Now, work done during this process AB, QAB, will be how much? Equal to delta UAB plus WAB. Now, bachcho, this is the general equation of first law of thermodynamics. So delta UAB will be equal to CV delta T, and work done will be 0 because volume is constant. Okay. So now, bachcho, CV will be how much? 5 by 2R, correct? Because it is a diatomic gas. And delta T will be 2 T naught minus T naught. So, bachcho, this will become 5 by 2 RT naught, right? Or can be written as RT naught can be written as P naught V naught. So 5 by 2 P naught V naught, or in decimals 2.5 P naught V naught. Clear? Is it clear till now? Okay, so this point is clear, 2.5 P naught V naught, but this is not our answer. We have one more process to go, which is process BC. So let me add a slide. Now from B to C, if you see the process, B to C is an isothermal process. It is already given. So in isothermal process, change in internal energy becomes 0. So if change in internal energy becomes 0, just give me a second. Yeah, I hope I am audible. So what I was saying is, if change in internal energy becomes 0, so delta QBC will be equal to WBC, which is R2 T naught ln 2 V naught by V naught. This is the general formula of work done in an isothermal process. So this will come as 2 R T naught ln 2, right? So that means 2 ln 2 P naught V naught. We know the value of ln 2 is given here in the question as 0.7. So this becomes 2 into 0.7 times P naught V naught. Okay, correct. So this will become 1.4 P naught V naught. So now what we have to do, we have to find total heat. So total heat will be what? The previous one was 2.5 P naught V naught. So 2.5 plus 1.4 P naught V naught. This is your 549th, 2 plus 1, 3, 3.9 P naught V naught. Which option is it? 3.9 P naught V naught. Option number B. Option number B is your correct answer. Cool, everyone? Understood? I hope you did. Okay. Sure. A parallel plate capacitor with oil dielectric constant 2 between the plates has a capacitance C. If the oil is removed, the capacitance of capacitor becomes this C. When the oil is present, here in this case, C is equal to A K epsilon naught by D. So K is 2, so 2A epsilon naught by D. Okay. But when oil is removed, so C dash becomes A epsilon naught by D. So this becomes actually C by 2. So C dash is C by 2. So option number D will be your correct option. Easy. Okay. Next. A small object of mass m carries a charge q and is suspended by a thread between vertical plates of a parallel plate capacitor. Now see, for this question, we need to first of all draw the diagram. Until or unless we draw the diagram, we will not be able to solve it. Okay. So the plate separation is D. If the thread makes an angle theta, what is the potential difference between the threads? Okay. So first of all, let me draw the diagram for you. This is our two parallel plates capacitors. This is plus Q, minus Q. And here in between, a pendulum is there. A pendulum kind of object is there. Initially, it was completely vertical. Then it made an angle theta with the vertical. Theta with the vertical. Cool? Yeah. So guys, we need to find what? Potential difference between the plates. So understand that these plates might be connected to a battery. Might be what? Definitely will be connected to a battery from positive terminal to negative terminal like this. So electric field will flow from left to right. Now bachon, it has a charge carrier Q. So electric field will flow from left to right. Okay. So what will happen? Draw the FPD of this bob pendulum. Okay. Here the tension will be T. Tension will have two components, this and this. This will be theta. Niche it will be mg. So T cos theta will be equal to what? Mg. And T sin theta should be equal to what? Fe. Hai na? Correct. Till now, are you able to grasp, everyone? Till now, are we able to catch? It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay. So now, if we divide these two equations, we'll get tan theta equals to Fe means EE upon mg. So that means we'll get E is equal to mg tan theta by small e या फिर charge q whatever. ठीक है. So we know that V is equal to E into D is the formula for potential. So mgd tan theta upon E. This will be your answer. E is nothing but charge. So option number C. Option number C. Perfecto. Chalo, moving forward. I hope this is very much clear, everyone. Right? Okay. Now this is a question of logic gates from semiconductors. From the given combination of gates, get output 0, the input must be. See, for getting output 0, suppose this is your D. So D should be equal to A plus B negation dot C. Right? Or we can say that should be equal to A plus B, a whole negation plus C. Right? So if suppose A is equal to B is equal to C, which is equal to 0, then D will be equal to 0 plus 0 ka negation plus 0 negation is equal to 0 negation plus 0 negation, which should be equal to 1 plus 1, and that should be equal to 1. And suppose if B is equal to 1 and C is equal to 0, then what will happen? D will be equal to 1 plus 1 plus 0 equal to 1 plus 0 equal to 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Right? So our correct option will be what? A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 0. This will be giving our output. Cool. Cool, everyone. Or we can also understand it in such a way that if we do an alternate approach, later, Y is equal to A plus B into C, a whole negation. Output of the circuit will be A plus B into C. So this will be A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 0. A proton of mass m and charge plus E is moving in a circular orbit in a magnetic field with energy 1 mega electron volt. What should be the energy of alpha particle so that it can revolve along same path? See, for any charged particle to revolve in a circular orbit, the radius will be mv by qb. We know that. And mv should be equal to under root 2 mke. This is the relation of linear momentum with kinetic energy divided by qb. So now we can clearly say that the kinetic energy is directly proportional to q square by 2m. Yeah, let's remove m to q square by m. This is the relation of kinetic energy with charge and mass. So now kinetic energy 1 upon kinetic energy 2 का ratio will give us q1 by q2 का whole square into m2 by m1 है ना. So now 1 by kinetic energy 2 is equal to E by 2E का whole square into 4m by m. So now if you solve it, kinetic energy of 2, you will get as m से m will get cancelled out, E से E will get cancelled out, 1 by 4 into 4, 1 mega electron volt, MEV, option. Okay, everyone understood, grasping it till now? Sure. Let's move forward. A particle of mass m and charge q is thrown from origin at t equals to 0 with velocity v vector equals to I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap in a region of uniform magnetic field 4 I cap. After time t is equal to pi m by qb, an electric field is switched on such that particle now moves on a straight line with constant speed. Then E equals to. So see, we know that the time period का formula is 2 pi m by qb, right? So if you see at t is equal to pi m by qb, which is just basically the half of complete time period, the velocity will become what? The velocity of the particle will become I cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap. Got it? So what will happen that Fm vector plus Fe vector, basically magnetic force per electric force, should be equal to 0. So QV2 cross B plus QE should be equal to 0, right? So from here we can find vector E, correct? From here we can find vector E very easily. Don't you think so? Right? So basically from here we'll get vector E is equal to I cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap cross 4I cap. This we will get. So this will be 12j cap minus 8k cap. So 12j cap minus 8k cap will be your electric field. Option number A. Are we on the same page? We know that, right? That in half cycle, velocity will reverse itself. That's why V becomes this. Because this is half of time period. Cool. So moving forward. If potential energy function along x-axis in a certain force field is given by ux is equal to what it is given, x square minus 2x plus 3, then the given force field. Okay, so let's do one thing. F is equal to, the formula is minus du by dx. So this is minus 2x minus 2, right? And this should be equal to 0 for a body to be in equilibrium, right? So minus 2x plus 2 equals to 0. So this becomes x is equal to 1, right? What it will become? X is equal to 1 meter. So x is equal to 1 meter is the point of stable equilibrium. Why? Because the double differentiation of this equation will be negative. As you can see, it will be minus 2. So d2u by dx square will be negative. That means stable. So option number C. I hope I'm very much clear. Okay, go to the next one. Yeah. Consider a wire of uniform density of mass m and length L is bent into a semicircle. Its moment of inertia about a line perpendicular to the plane of the wire passing through the center. Okay. So ऐसा मान लो, we can assume that there is a semicircle like this. And the moment of inertia about the axis is like this, passing through the center. Okay, so this is your axis of rotation. So guys, see, if we talk about the length of the wire, so what it will be? The length of the wire will be equal to the circumference of the semicircle, which is equal to pi r. So यहाँ से we'll get radius is equal to L by pi. So the radius of this semicircle is L by pi. What will be the lambda mass per unit length? Mass is 2m upon L. This is your lambda. Now, what about moment of inertia? The moment of inertia of a semicircular wire about an axis perpendicular to its plane passing through its center is half mr square, right? Or mr square by 2, whatever you call it. So the moment of inertia becomes 1 by 2, m की जगह पे it becomes 2m, r की जगह पे it becomes L by pi. So r square is L by pi का whole square. Okay. Now, if we simplify the equation, 2 से 2 will get cancelled. ml square by pi square will be our moment of inertia, right? So ml square by pi square, which one is the correct option? Option number D. Option number D. Okay, everyone? Cool. Which of the following is the graph between height of a projectile and time when it is projected from the ground? Let's see. This is not possible. This is not possible for very sure. Okay. This will be your answer. Why? See. Initially, when we project the particle, the height will be 0 at time t is equal to 0. With time, the height will increase, and once at a particular instant of time, the height will be maximum, which will be your maximum height. And then again, the time will move forward and the projectile will go down, so the height will decrease. So option C is the most accurate depiction of projectile, ground to ground projectile. So option number C. The refractive index of water is 4 by 3 and that of glass is 5 by 3. The critical angle for the ray of light enters water from glass. Okay, so this is basically a direct formula based question. Suppose this is our platform interface and the ray of light is entering like this. Okay, and this is our critical angle IC. Mu water is 4 by 3 and mu glass is 5 by 3. So sine IC will be equal to mu 2 by mu 1, which means 4 by 3 into 3 by 5. So this becomes 4 by 5. So sine inverse 4 by 5, option number B. Okay. Cool. If an electron is moving in the nth orbit of the hydrogen atom, then its velocity for the nth orbit will be what? So basically, the velocity of an electron in nth orbit ka formula is 2 pi k ze square by nh. So we can see that velocity is inversely proportional to 1 by n. So the correct answer for this question will be Vn is directly proportional to n. Vn is directly proportional to n. Okay, guys, are you able to get it? Are you able to get it? Yeah, everyone. So if an electron is moving in the nth orbit of the hydrogen atom, then its velocity for the nth orbit is given as, see, the formula for velocity of an electron in nth orbit is 2 pi k ze square by nh, right? So as we can see, V is directly proportional to 1 by n. So no any option is correct. There is a option misprint for this question. No any option is correct. V is inversely proportional to 1 by n will be your correct answer. Cool. Sure. Question number 19. A current increases at steady rate in a long straight wire. The variation of current with time is this much. A small circular loop of radius 10 to the power minus 3 meter has its plane parallel to the wire and is placed at a distance of 1 meter from the wire. The resistance of the loop is this much, the magnitude of induced current. So see, everyone, we know the formula of phi is how much? Mu naught I by 2 pi d into pi r square, right? So d phi by dt will be mu naught r square by 2d di by dt, right? So bachon, the current induced will be how much? Mu naught r square by 2d. Okay? Here it will become 2dr, right? Okay, into 3.36 into 2 into 10 to the power minus 12. So induced current will be how much? 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power minus 6 upon 2 into 1 into 8.4 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 3.36 into 10 to the power minus 12. When you solve it, you will get 5.024 into 10 to the power minus 11 ampere. So basically 5 into 10 to the power minus 11 ampere, option number C. Easy. Okay. Sure. Question number 20. An amount Q of heat is added to monoatomic ideal gas in a process in which it performs a work of Q by 2 on its surrounding. The molar heat capacity. See, the formula of Q is NC delta T. So delta U is Q by 2 in the question. So this will be N by 2 C delta T or F by 2 N R delta T. So 2 equals to C upon F by 2R, can say so. So this will be C equals to F into R. So this will become 3R. This will become 3R. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Okay. Okay, everyone. Because it was a monatomic gas, so degree of freedom is 3. Moving forward. Find the equivalent resistance of the network containing diode and resistance as shown in the figure. So it is very simple, like this 12 ohm and 6 ohm are in parallel. This and these are in parallel. So 1 by R equivalent will be equal to 1 by 12 plus 1 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 4. So R equivalent is 4 ohms. That's it. And this diode is of no use. So 4 ohm. That's a slit of width A is illuminated by parallel monochromatic light of wavelength 3 angstrom. The value of A at which the first minimum of diffraction pattern will form at angle 30 degree. So A sine theta equals to lambda. So A into sine 30 is equals to lambda. So A is equal to 2 lambda. So which is equal to, this is 3 angstrom, so 2 into 3 angstrom, which is 6 angstrom. This is your answer. Equivalent circuit for this. So again, this can be drawn like this. Let me draw it. Let me draw its equivalent resistance. 4 ohm. Kind of this. This circuit can be deduced like this. Like this. And this is 4 ohm, point A, X, Z, Y, O. This is your 4 ohm, this is your 4 ohm, 12 ohms, 12 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms. This will be your equivalent circuit, which again can be subdued into this circuit. Check. Two ohms, 1 ohm, 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 8 ohm. Okay, which again can be deduced into something this. Like a triangle. 2, 2, 4, right? This is your point A, this is your point O, and here it was A and O. Okay. So now so this is very simple to solve. This and this will be 4 and this will be in parallel. So these two in series and this is parallel. So the final circuit will look like this. 4 ohms, A, O. So R equivalent will be how much? 2 ohms. R equivalent will be 2 ohms. Simple. Okay. At t is equal to 0, the particle leaves the origin with velocity itna. The acceleration is given by this much distance of the particle from the origin when it reaches maximum y coordinate. So y maximum will be how much, guys? Y maximum will be 6 meter at t is equal to 2 seconds. Right? Correct. T is equal to 2 seconds pe, the y will be maximum. Now x is equal to half a t square, right? So this becomes 8 meters. So distance will be under root 6 ka square plus 8 ka square, which is nothing but 10 meters. So 10 meters will be your answer. 10 meters will be your answer. So this is one way of solving this question. There is another way also to solve this question more logically. More logically. I'll tell you the way. It's very, very simple. Okay. See, the thing is, if we try to see acceleration का x coordinate, it is 4 meter per second square. ठीक है? Acceleration का y coordinate, it is minus 3 meter per second square. When it reaches maximum y coordinate, so what will happen? What will happen? That at maximum y coordinate, the Vy will be equal to 0. So Vy will be equal to 0 means u minus at. 0 is equal to u. 6 minus 3 into t. This will be the equation. So t becomes 2 seconds, right? So at t is equal to 2 seconds, y maximum will be 6 meters, right? So now we use the same formula. We got the value of x and then we substituted it and we got the distance of the particle from the origin. Cool guys, everyone? Okay, everyone. So we'll do this question number 25 now, right? In an experiment to find acceleration due to gravity using simple pendulum, time period of 0.5 second is measured from time of 100 oscillations with a watch of 1 second resolution. Okay. If the measured value of length is 10 centimeter known to 1 mm accuracy, the accuracy in determination of G is found to be X%. What will be the value of X? So see guys, as we know, the time period of simple pendulum का formula is 2 pi under root L upon G, right? So now बच्चों, what we can do, we can square both sides. So this will become T square is equal to 4 pi square L by G, right? So now बच्चों, G will become 4 pi square L by T square. This is the equation of acceleration due to gravity with respect to time period of a simple pendulum. Now, if we need to find the error in G, we'll write dg by G into 100 is equal to, since 4 pi square is a number, it will not have any error, so we'll neglect that. Then it will be dl by L plus 2 dt by T. Why? Because the power of T is 2, so power will become coefficient and dt by T, and this whole multiplied by 100, right? So now as you can see, dl by L will be how much, bachcho? What is the value of error in measurement of length, है ना? So bachcho, dl is 1 upon L is 100, ठीक है, plus 2 into 1 by 50 and this whole multiplied by 100, right? So once you solve it, bachcho, you will be getting your answer as 5%. So the value of x will be 5. Okay, everyone. Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's it. Take care.
Hello students, welcome to the solution of chemistry section of this paper. Let's start with the first question. The major product obtained on the reaction of 3-phenylpropene with HBr in the presence of organic peroxide. So this is anti-Markovnikov addition, and 3-phenylpropene is this one. So double bond gets priority over benzene ring here. So this is 1, 2, 3-phenylpropene. And when you do HBr addition, right, in the presence of an organic peroxide, this is anti-Markovnikov addition where hydrogen gets joined to the carbon having fewer number of hydrogen atoms. So the major product formed in this reaction is this one. And again, this is phenyl and this is bromine. So bromine gets higher priority. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So the major product is 1 bromo, 3 phenyl, and propane. So the correct answer to this question is option A. Moving to the next question, which amine when reacted with PHSO2Cl, which is benzene sulfonyl chloride called Hinsberg's reagent, forms a product that is insoluble in alkali, right? So the correct answer here is this option B, because it's a secondary amine, right? So when this secondary amine reacts with the benzene sulfonyl chloride, which is Hinsberg reagent, then the product which is formed is this one, right? Because of the absence of a hydrogen on this nitrogen, which would make it soluble in alkali, this product is insoluble, right? So secondary amines form alkali insoluble, primary amines form product that is soluble in alkali. Moving to the next question, the compound which can be reduced with formaldehyde and concentrated aqueous KOH, right? So if you look closely, this question is actually simple. They're trying to reduce a compound with formaldehyde and NaOH, right? So they're trying to do Cannizzaro reaction, because we know that in Cannizzaro reaction, the more reactive compound, which is formaldehyde, right, undergoes oxidation, and the less reactive carbonyl compound undergoes reduction. So the compound which can be reduced is the one which is not having alpha hydrogen, because the compound, an aldehyde or ketone that does not have alpha hydrogen, is likely to undergo Cannizzaro reaction. Okay, so in this case, the compound 1 has alpha hydrogen, compound 2 does not have an alpha hydrogen, it's an aromatic aldehyde. So second one will be, one of the correct answers. This is ketone having alpha hydrogen, this is also having alpha hydrogen, and this is aldehyde, it does not have alpha hydrogen. Okay, so the compounds which do not have alpha hydrogen, second and fifth, will undergo Cannizzaro reaction. Being less reactive than formaldehyde, they will undergo reduction. So second and fifth would be the correct answer, which means the option A would be the correct answer here. All right, moving to the next question. An organic compound contains only carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen by mass. What is the empirical formula? So this is pretty straightforward question, right? There are 4 elements: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, but they have given mass percentages of the 3 of the 4 elements. The oxygen mass percentage is not given. So mass percentage of oxygen would be the difference of 100 and like these elements, which is 61.71% carbon, 4.03% hydrogen, and 16% nitrogen. So you can do this calculation. You will get 18.26 percent oxygen by mass, and now you can calculate the molar ratio of these elements, which is carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, right? The mass percentage of carbon is 61.71, that of hydrogen is 4.03, nitrogen is 16, and oxygen is 18.26. Okay, divide these masses by their atomic masses, which are 12, 1, 14, and 16 respectively for carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. So this is a little bit of ugly calculation, and when you work out these fractions, which you would like doing, then you will find that these values are coming out to be 5.14, 4.03, then 1.14, and again 1.14. Okay, so if we get these ratios as integers, then well and good, you get your empirical formula straight away. But if it is not the integers, then you divide this ratio by the smallest value possible here. Okay, so 5.14, 4.03, and 1.14, that is the smallest value, so we'll divide it by 1.14, which is the smallest number here. Okay, right? So now it is going to simplify, okay, a little bit. This is going to be 1, this is going to be 1, this is going to be 3.5, and this is going to be 4.5. So now we can see that if I multiply this ratio by 2, right, then all number of atoms of all these elements are going to be integral. Okay, so in that case, carbon becomes 4.2 multiplied by 2, that 4.5 multiplied by 2, that is 9. Hydrogen becomes 7, and nitrogen and oxygen becomes 2 each. Okay, so the correct answer is going to be C9H7N2O2, which is option B. Okay, moving to the next question. In comparison to boron, beryllium has, okay, so you have to look at the electronic configuration. So beryllium is 1s2, 2s2, that is the valence electronic configuration, and boron is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Now technically, as we move across the periodic table from left to right, the ionization enthalpy increases. So that way boron should have had higher ionization enthalpy compared to beryllium, but we know that the electron that we are removing from boron comes from p orbital, which has lesser penetration effect compared to the 2s electron, which is being removed from beryllium, right? So the higher ionization enthalpy of beryllium is higher, but the nuclear charge is lower, because nuclear charge will be more. As you move across the period, you will get 1 proton and 1 electron each, right, as you move from left to right, but the shielding will not be complete. Okay, so yes, so the correct answer to this question would be option C. So beryllium coming before boron has lower nuclear charge, but it has higher ionization enthalpy on account of the greater penetration effect of 2s electron. Moving to the next question, this is a very simple theoretical one. Sucrose is broken down into glucose and fructose by an enzyme which we call invertase, right? So A matches with third, either option B or C, and then right after that, glucose is further broken down into ethyl alcohol and CO2 by the enzyme which we call JEE Mains, right? So A matches with third and B matches with first. Both of these answers could be possible, right? Starch is converted to maltose by the enzyme diastase, so C matches with the fourth. So option B should be the correct answer here, absolutely. Then proteins are broken down into amino acids by the enzyme pepsin, right? So this is a theoretical question based on the catalytic reactions of these enzymes, biochemical catalysts. Moving to the next question, this is from Thermodynamics. Consider the following data. The enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide water is given, right? And the enthalpy of combustion for C2H4 is also given, right? The question is, what is the standard heat of formation of C2H4O? So they have given enthalpy of combustion of C2H4O, and they're asking heat of formation, right? So, well, we can start off from here only, right? This is C2H4O, and if I write the combustion equation, then the 2 carbon atom will get oxidized to CO2, and the 4 hydrogen atom will get converted to water, right? So 2 carbon into CO2 and 4 hydrogen into water. So the total oxygen required on the product side is 2 into 4 plus 2, 6. But out of these 6 oxygen, 1 oxygen is already there in C2H4O. So we need 5 oxygen, but oxygen comes in a packet of 2, right, as O2. So we really need 5 by 2. This anyway does not matter here, right, because there's no data for this. Now, this equation represents the combustion of C2H4O, for which the enthalpy is already given. But we know that enthalpy is a state function, right? It does not depend upon the path. So we can recalculate this enthalpy from the given data using the enthalpy of formation. Please remember, whenever enthalpies of formation are given, then the reaction enthalpy of any reaction is the sum of the formation enthalpies of products minus the sum of formation enthalpies of reactants. So in this case, it is going to be twice the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide, which is minus 390, plus twice the enthalpy of formation of water, which is minus 290. This represents the total enthalpy of formation of products minus the enthalpy of formation of the reactant, right, which is actually going to be our answer, the standard heat of formation. So that is going to be our answer. So you can work it out. This will come out to be plus 40 kilojoule, right? You can do the calculation. The answer will come out to be that. Moving to the next question, match list 1 and list 2 and choose the correct option. So please draw the limits dot structure of these, and remember that elements belonging to third and higher period can violate octet rule on account of the greater bond multiplicity. So SO2 actually has this structure, right? It has sp2 hybridization, and there are 2 pi bonds. One pi bond is definitely formed by the 2p orbital, one contributed by sulfur and another by oxygen. But for the second pi bond, sulfur will have to use its 3d orbital. So there is one d pi p pi bond, right? So one p pi and one p pi d pi bond will come from sulfur dioxide. So P should match with the 3. So either option A or C, right? Then we can check Q, right? Q is NO3 minus. So you can draw the structure for NO3 minus, right? So this is structure. Nitrogen fortunately does not have any d orbital, so it's simple. It belongs to second period. It only has p orbitals to form pi bonds. There is one pi bond visible here. That is one p pi bond, right? So one p pi bond. So Q should match with the first one. So the correct option here should be option C. You can match the remaining ones, right? R is XeO4. So it is bonded to 4 oxygen atom. Hybridization is sp3, which means no p orbital is available for pi bonding, right? So xenon will use its d orbital, so 4 p pi d pi bonds. And in case of ClO3 minus, you can check that this is one lone pair, and this is like O minus. So you can check that it has 2 p pi d pi bond because the hybridization is sp3, right? So option C is the correct answer in this case. Moving to the next question, what is the molar solubility of aluminum hydroxide in 0.2 mole NaOH solution? It's an example of common ion effect, given that solubility product of aluminum hydroxide is very, very low. Okay, so we can write the equation for the dissolution of aluminum hydroxide. It would be the 1 aluminum ion and 3 hydroxide ions, right? Now we are checking the solubility of aluminum hydroxide in 0.2 molar NaOH. So hydroxide ion is already present, right? 0.2 molar. Now let's say the solubility of aluminum hydroxide is S in moles per liter. All right. So the concentration of aluminum will be S and the concentration of hydroxide will be 3S, those coming from aluminum hydroxide. Now remember that solubility product constant is an equilibrium constant. It does not depend upon the initial concentrations. So KSP, which we can write in this case as S multiplied by 0.2 plus 3S raised to the power 3 must remain same, right? 2.4 into 10 to the minus 24. Now in such questions of, like where common ion effect is involved in the questions of solubility product constant, generally if the KSP is very small, we can ignore the solubility in comparison to the concentration of the common ion. So what we're going to do here is that we are ignoring this 3S, which is very, very small, right? Because solubility itself is very small, and because of the common ion effect, it's going to decrease further, making the approximation more plausible, right? So now this solubility is 224. I can readjust it, right? So this becomes 10 to the minus 25 divided by 0.2 cube, which is 8 into 10 raised to the power minus 3, right? So this is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 22. So option D is the correct answer here. All right, guys. So moving to the next question. Which of the following is a disproportionation reaction? Extremely simple question. An atom of the same element undergoes oxidation and reduction. So in this case, the correct answer is C, where there are 2 oxygen atoms in hydrogen peroxide, both with an oxidation number of -1. One undergoes reduction, attaining an oxidation state of -2, and the other undergoes oxidation, attaining an oxidation state of 0. So simultaneous oxidation and reduction of the same element. That is disproportionation reaction. Moving to the next question, which one of the following compounds of group 14 elements is not known, right? So this question is right off the NCERT, right? Germanium belongs to third and higher period. So yes, it can, form like the orbital interactions make it possible for the ion to exist. SiF6 exists because of the strong silicon fluorine bond. SNOH6 also exists, but SiCl6 2 minus energetically very unfavorable to exist, right? Because of the weaker interactions and the steric hindrance between the, among the 6 chlorine atoms. Moving to the next question, which one of the following is the most reactive towards electrophilic substitution? So we are talking about activating and deactivating. Chlorine is a deactivating group, right? Nitro is very powerful deactivating group. Aniline, NH2, is a very powerful activating group because nitrogen is a less electronegative atom. It can easily donate its lone pair. Again, benzoic acid, COH, is very moderately, powerful electron withdrawing group. So the correct answer here is aniline. Please remember, we are not talking about exceptional cases. For example, Friedel-Crafts reactions in which aniline actually does not react because of the complex formation between this molecule and the Lewis acid catalyst. We are talking in general where aniline is one of the most reactive compounds. Right? So the correct answer is aniline. Moving to the next question, which of the following statements is correct? Scandium can show variable oxidation state. No, scandium has configuration 3D1 4s2, so it's only energetically favorable for scandium to show +3 oxidation state where it attains noble gas configuration. Manganese and iron can exhibit maximum number of oxidation state in first transition series. Yes. So first statement is incorrect, right? First statement is incorrect. Scandium can show variable oxidation state. No, it cannot show, right? It shows only +3. Manganese and iron can exhibit maximum number of oxidation state in first transition state. Manganese does, right? Manganese does, but iron does not, right? So iron has 8 valence electron, but it does not show +8. Other elements in its group, for example, osmium, yes, it does show +8. For example, in osmium tetroxide, but iron does not because of the higher instability of the higher oxidation state. But manganese does because of the it has +7 state in KMnO4. Molybdenum 6 and tungsten 6 are more stable than chromium 6. Yes, this is very, very important fact. This one, this statement is correct. So molybdenum 6 and chromium 6. So please remember that as opposed to p block elements where the stability of higher oxidation state decreases down the group because of the inert pair effect, opposite is true for D block elements. So as you move down the group in D block, the stability of higher oxidation state actually increases, and this is on account of the greater exposure of the D orbitals. Because as you move down the group 3D, 4D, 5D, so as the value of principal quantum number increases, the D electrons become more and more away from the nucleus. They are more able to participate in bonding, leading to the increased stability of higher oxidation state. Chromium 2+ is oxidizing. No, it is reducing. Actually, chromium forms a very stable Cr3+, which is half-filled T2G3 configuration. Mn3+ is reducing. No, Mn3+ is oxidizing. Mn3+ likes to convert to Mn2+, which has a stable configuration of 3D5. Right, so they have written actually the opposite of what should be true. So Cr2+ is reducing actually, and Mn3+ is oxidizing. So the only correct statement that makes sense here is option C. Moving to the next question, the major product in the following reaction. So you can see that this is an alcohol, and we are reacting it with concentrated H2SO4. And given the 4 options, right? So this is dehydration of alcohols. The mechanism is an interesting one. So what happens first is protonation of this oxygen, right? Leading to the formation of protonated alcohol. Then water is a good leaving group, so it departs, leaving a carbocation. Now this carbocation is stable, right? But like resonance can occur. So this pi bond can shift here, and this can shift here. All right. So what can form here? Okay, so this ethyl is at this position. Sorry, yeah, this ethyl is at this position. So basically what happens in here, this pi bond shifts here and this pi bond shifts here, right? So the positive charge is here, and then you have ethyl. Then you have a positive charge here, and the next carbon has ethyl group. So yes, we can do alkyl shift, we can do ethyl shift here on the adjacent carbon. Then this is ethyl moves here, and there is positive charge. Then only makes sense to lose hydrogen from here, from this position, to which ethyl has just migrated, because it would lead to the formation of benzene ring, right? So the next step should be deprotonation, leading to the formation of benzene ring, an aromatic ring in this one. So the correct answer in this one should be one cyclohexane and one benzene ring, and there is an ethyl substituent. So that is the correct answer in this one. Moving to the next question, which two isomeric compounds give same tricarboxylic acid after completion of the below scheme of the reaction? So these are isomeric compounds. Upon looking at them, we know that there is a bromine, in each compound. So when you react it with magnesium and triether, that gives you Grignard reagent, CmGbr. Okay, and when you react it with anhydrous CO2 followed by hydrolysis, followed by acidification, that gives you CCOH. One step up, one carbon additional. And then you are reacting it with KMnO4. So what basically KMnO4 does is it oxidizes these methyl groups to carboxylic group. So one thing is for sure, that if you're getting the same tricarboxylic acid, the carbon framework should be same, because in none of the reactions are we changing the position of the carboxylic groups, right? So there are only 2 compounds out of the given choices in which the framework of carbon is same, this being these compound, right? So both of these compounds, when they undergo the given reaction sequence, right, they will give you one carboxylic here, one carboxylic here, and one carboxylic here. So you could say like that benzene 1, 2, 4 tricarboxylic acid. right? So same is this one, 1, 2, and then 4, right? So the correct answer would be first and fourth. So option C should be the correct answer here. Moving to the next question, the correct statements among first to third are, this is very easy question, guys. All the limitations of VBT and CFT are given in NCERT book, and please learn them, because through these limitations only we understand what is the significance of the next theory, right? The correct statement, the VBT cannot explain the color exhibited. Yes, we all have understood how color is explained by CFT on account of the DD transition, technically called T to GEG transition, right? So VBT cannot explain the color. Yes, this statement is correct. VBT can predict quantitatively the magnetic properties of transition metal complexes. No, the magnetic moment which we talk is spin-only magnetic moment, right? So it is not explained by VBT. So by VBT can predict? No, it cannot predict. So this is incorrect statement. Valence bond theory cannot distinguish between weak and strong field ligands. Again, yes, this is correct. VBT cannot predict between strong and weak field ligands. This was something that was explained by CFT through spectrochemical series, when scientists measured the crystal field splitting when they prepared complexes of a given metal for a given oxidation state for a given type with different types of ligands, and measured the delta values. So the correct statements are 1 and 3, right? So the correct option here is option D, right? Moving to the next question. Okay, so this is a question when 9.65 ampere of current is passed for 20 seconds. So how much charge are we passing here? So 9.65 ampere and the time is 20 seconds. This charge will come in coulomb. So let's convert it to, like a Faraday. So this is like a 10 raised to the power 4, and this is 2 into 10 to the power 3, right? So the charge that we are passing is actually 0.002 Faraday, first step. Now, during this process, oxygen is liberated in chamber A and hydrogen is liberated in chamber B, right? So, when water is electrolyzed, then if water is reduced, then hydrogen gas is produced. And if water is oxidized, then oxygen gas is produced. And both these reactions lead to change in pH of the system, which will change the concentration of the, the amphiprotic species which are present in both the half cells or both the chambers, right? So in chamber A, oxygen gas is liberated, right? So in chamber A, oxygen gas is liberated. So let us work this out question here only. So in chamber A, oxygen gas is liberated. How is oxygen liberated? Upon oxidation of water, right? So how is water oxidized? You can write this reaction. Water gives half O2 plus 2H plus and 2 electron. So you can check that 2 Faraday of charge leads to the formation of 2H plus ions. So 0.002 Faraday of charge, right? Because that is what we are passing through, leads to the formation of 0.002 mole of H plus ions in the chamber A. What is present in chamber A? HPO4 2 minus. HPO4 2 minus. How much is it present? How much is it present? It's 0.01, right? So it's 0.01. So now please remember that HPO4 2 minus is an amphiprotic. It can accept H plus ion as well as donate. In this case, it is accepting H plus ion. So it is forming your H2PO4 minus. The concentration of H plus is 0.002, which is limiting reactant here. So minus 0.002, and this is 0.002, and this is plus 0.002, right? So this is finished. This is 0.008, right? And this is 0.002. By now you must have observed that this forms a buffer, right? There is an acid H2PO4 minus and its conjugate base HPO4 2 minus. So the pH of this buffer system, let's call it pH A of chamber A, is pK. Now the dilemma, which pK to use? It's very simple. Which species acts as acid here? H2PO4 minus. What is the dissociation constant? Second dissociation constant, right? So in first dissociation constant, H3PO4 gives H2PO4 minus. In second dissociation constant, H2PO4 minus gives HPO4 2 minus. So we are going to take the pKa2 value here, right? So this is value 8, right? So this is 8 plus log the concentration of conjugate base, which is 0.008, divided by the concentration of acid, which is 0.002, right? So this value is going to be 8 plus log 4. Now, similar calculation you can do for chamber B. In chamber B, hydrogen gas is liberated, right? In chamber B, hydrogen gas is liberated. So we can do the calculation. So in chamber B, hydrogen gas is liberated. And how is hydrogen gas liberated? We know that water splits into H plus and OH minus. H plus takes an electron, forming hydrogen, right? And it forms OH minus, right? So this is yes. So H plus accepts an electron, form hydrogen, and OH minus is separated. Again, you can see that 1 Faraday of charge will lead to the production of 1 mole of hydroxide ions. So naturally 0.002 Faraday of charge will lead to formation of 0.002 mole of hydroxide ions. All right. Now, in this case, the HPO4 2 minus species, right, it will act as a base, because it will act as an acid, because hydroxide ion is being produced. So when it reacts with OH minus, that is the strongest base in water. So HPFO2 minus reacts with OH minus, it forms water. H plus is given by this, and it forms phosphate. So you can see that this is acid, weak acid, and its conjugate base. Again, the concentration of acid is 0.01. Concentration of base, that is hydroxide, is 0.002. Again, you can do as per the limiting reagent. So this is 0.002, this is minus 0.002, and this is plus 0.002, right? So this is 0.008, this is 0.002. Now the pH of chamber B is, again, so can you see that in this buffer system, the acid is HPO4 2 minus, which is actually its third dissociation constant, which is given to be 12. So this is 12 plus log the concentration of conjugate base, which is 0.002, divided by acid, which is 0.008. So which is this, right? Log A by B is minus log B by A. So pH of chamber B is 12 minus log 4. So the difference in the pH of these two chambers, right? pH values of the two chambers, right? So they have asked that the difference in the pH value of the chamber B and A after electrolysis. So what I'm going to do is pH of B, which is 12 minus log 4, minus pH of chamber A, which is 8 plus log 4, which will make it 8 minus log 4. 12 minus 8 is 4, and this is minus 2 log 4. If you work it out, right, 2 log 4 is log 4 square, which is 16, which is 2 raised to the power 4, which is 4 log 2. Right, so the correct answer here is going to be 4 minus 4 log 2, right? Just check 4 minus 4 log 2, right? So this is option B here, right? 4 minus 4 log 2, correct. Moving to the next question, consider the following solutions in the given solvents, right? So they have asked like select the incorrect statement for the above given solution. So the correct answer to this one is option C. It's very simple question, actually. Just calculate the effective concentration of the particles in the solutions, right? Remembering that benzoic acid in benzene, it undergoes dimerization only up to extent of 50%, right? So the correct answer is option C. We can check, right? 0.3 molar aqueous glucose will remain 0.3 molar as glucose is non-electrolytic. 0.2 molar aqueous sodium chloride will become 0.4 molar, right? Because NaCl dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus. Ammonium phosphate is NH4 thrice PO4. It's going to give the 4 times as many particles as its concentration, so which is going to make 1.2. And benzoic acid, let's calculate the concentration. It is I into C, Van 't Hoff factor into the concentration. Van 't Hoff factor would be 1 minus alpha, the degree of dissociation, which is half, and n minus 1 divided by n. N is the number of particles that dimerize, that combine. So dimerization is 2 particles. So, you know, and the actual concentration is 0.4, right? So this is 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4, and this is 0.4, this is 0.3, right? So this is 0.3. So first and fourth are isotonic solutions. Yes, they have the same effective concentration, same osmotic pressure. Third is hypotonic compared to first, second, and fourth. Yes, third has 1.2 molar concentration of particles, which is higher than the other solutions. Fourth is hypotonic compared with each of first, second, and fourth. Fourth is hypotonic, right? So it is not hypotonic compared to first. It is isotonic compared to first, right? It's hypotonic compared to second and third, but not to first. It is isotonic. So that is our incorrect, right? Statement, and it's the correct answer. Second is hypotonic compared to third. Yes, it has less concentration, but it is hypertonic, yes, compared to first and fourth. Okay, right. Moving to the next question, right? Yeah. So this is question number 18. Then this is question number 19. Answer the following by appropriately matching the lists based on the information given in the paragraph, right? So all these terms are given. The incorrect combination you have to find out, right? So the correct and incorrect combination is which one? Right. So this one is the incorrect combination. First matches with R. Let's check. First matches with R. The total energy we know, right? It is minus RH Z square by N square, and potential energy is twice of the total energy, right? So the ratio should have been 1 by 2 and not 2, right? You can check the other options will match well, right? So the correct answer is option D. Moving to the next question, which of the following statements is again incorrect because of the ortho effect? This is a stronger acid, yes. And basic strength of this compound is more than this, no, right? It should be the other way around, right? Because of the resonance stabilization of the conjugate acid by the 2 NH2 groups, right? This compound, which is guanidine, is a stronger base than the other compound, which is amidine, right? Yes. So yeah, so this statement is incorrect, and hence the correct answer. Resonance energy of benzene is greater than the resonance energy of furan, because oxygen is a very electronegative atom, which leads to less aromatic stabilization in case of furan. Rate of acid catalyzed dehydration of tertiary butanol, tertiary butyl alcohol is greater than that of isopropyl alcohol. Correct. This is also correct, right? Tertiary butyl alcohol produces a tertiary carbocation, which is more stable than the secondary carbocation formed during dehydration of isopropyl alcohol. Right. So the incorrect statement is the second one. Otherwise, first, third, and fourth are correct statement. Moving to the next question, which is super easy, probably the easiest question of this paper. So this is a simple reaction, guys. When carbon monoxide and hydrogen react together in presence of the zinc oxide and chromium oxide catalyst at high temperature and pressure, the product that is formed is methanol, right? You can calculate its molar mass. It will come out to be 32. Moving to the next question, for the reaction NH4SH gives ammonia plus H2S. The equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure is given to be 1225 torr square. In a vessel, ammonia at a partial pressure of 50 and H2S at a partial pressure of 20 torr are taken. So for this, I can define the reaction quotient in terms of partial pressure, same as the equilibrium constant. I can define QP as the product of partial pressures of ammonia and H2S. The partial pressure of ammonia initially is 50 and that of H2S initially is 20. That makes the product 1000, which is less than Kp. So since QP is less than Kp, the reaction ideally should go in the forward direction. But read the question carefully. In a vessel, ammonia and H2S are taken. If you want the reaction to go in the forward direction, reactant should be present, but they did not take NH4SH in the beginning. So reaction cannot go in the forward direction. So there will be no reaction happening overall. And after a long time, the total pressure of the gases remains constant, which is same as the initial pressure, 50 plus 20, that is 70. Okay. Moving to the next question, an organic compound undergoes first order decomposition. Time taken for its decomposition 2 1/8 means if you take 1 mole, it should decompose and remain 1/8 mole, right? So that's very simple. Actually, we know that rate constant is 2.303 divided by log initial concentration of the reactant divided by the concentration of reactant at time t, right? You interchange k by t and just cancel, like k. So we can say that t 1/8 is very simple, right? You understand, only the logarithm term matters. So this is going to be log 1 upon decomposition 2 1/8, which means 1/8. And time for 1/10 decomposition is log 1/10. This is log 8 and this is log 10. Log 8 is 2 raised to the power 3, which is 3 log 2. Log 2 is given 0.3 and log 10 is 1. This is 0.9. If you multiply it by 10, it becomes 9. So the correct answer to this question is 9. All right. Moving to the next question, consider the following compounds, the number of substituents in the principal chain of the given compound. So to identify the principal chain, first you should identify the type of substituents present in this compound. So this is cyanide, this is ketone, this is a cyclopropyl substituent, this is a double bond, and this is our VIP. I mean the principal functional group. This is a amide functional group which gets the highest priority among these groups, right? So our chain begins here. All right. So this is carbon number 1. This is carbon number 2. If I go to the ring, I cannot go, right? Because this is ring and that is chain, right? So this is 2, then this is 3, then this is 4. If I go here, 5, but if I go here, 5 and then 6, right? So how many substituents are present? Keto is a substituent. Cyanide is a substituent. The cyclopropyl is a substituent. Please do not regard methyl as another substituent, right? Do not regard methyl as another substituent because that is joined to the substituent. So together it makes a complex substituent. So there are substituents. How many? Like 3. So X is 3. Position of locant methyl cyclopropyl, that is 2. So Y is 2. And the total number of chiral in this one is, you can check here, right? Which ones are chiral? I guess this one is chiral because it is joined to hydrogen, cyanide, and this, CH3CO and this whole thing. And there are chiral carbons here as well, I guess, right? This is also chiral carbon. This is also chiral carbon. This carbon is joined to hydrogen, methyl. This side is different. This side is different. Similarly, for this carbon, it's joined to this whole thing, right? The parent chain, the one hydrogen on one side it's CH2, one side it is CH3. Yes. So there are 3 methyl here. So we can say that it is 8/2. The correct answer is 4, right? Moving to the next question, which is the last question of this paper. So stannous chloride reacts with mercury chloride. So we know that for tin plus 2 acts as reducing agent because for tin plus 4 is more stable. So when SnCl2 is reacted with HgCl2, first HgCl2 is reduced to calomel, which is, it is reduced from a state of +2 to +1. Its common name is calomel, by the way. And then it is subsequently reduced to the elemental mercury, right? So they've asked find the total number of 4f electrons in the element which is present in B, which is like black gray, right? So this is the element. How many 4f electrons are there? So for this, you should know the atomic number, or if you at least know that in the periodic table, they lie in the last group, right? So this is like zinc, cadmium, and mercury, right? So you understand, like this is 3D filling, this is 4D filling, this is 5D filling, but before 5D, there is 4f filled. So yes, mercury has actually a completely filled 4f subshell which means the total number of 4 electrons are 14. So the correct answer to this question is 14. So that's all in the solution, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Okay, so good morning everyone. I hope you all are doing good. So today we have the discussion of again next FLT. Now let us see one question that is based on Binomial chapter. Okay, so first of all, see, we have to find the value of 50C21, 4 times 50C22 plus 6 times 50C23 plus 4 times 50C24 plus 50C25. Okay, so we have to use the formula of NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1 CR. I hope we all know that formula, because see, this is 50C22 NCR and this is 50C21 NCR minus 1. So we have to take one 50C22 from here. So we have 50C21, just a second, and then we will take 50C22 plus 3 times 50C22 plus, okay, now let us take 50C24 in the last, because we have 50C25, 50C24, right? So what we can do, we can first write 6 times 50C23 plus this is 3 times 50C24 plus 50C24 and 50C25. We can combine that. So 150C24 plus 50C25. Okay, first two, what it will become? NCR plus NCR minus 1, N plus 1 CR plus. And this last one becomes NC25, 50C25, 50C24. So 51C26, NCR plus NCR minus 1, N plus 1 CR, right? And this, see, we can break this 6 into 3 times, because we have 50C23, 50C22. So it will become 3 times 50C22 plus 50C23 and plus 3 times 50C23 plus 50C24, right? So what this will become? This will become 50C22, 51C22 plus 3 times 50 will become 51 and C 20 NCR plus NCR minus 1 N plus 1 CR 23, right? This will become 3 times 51C24 plus 51C25. Okay, now see, we can write this 51C22 and 51C23 one time. So we can write this 51C22 plus 51C23 and 2 times is, again we can take it 50C20 and 51C24. So 151C24 is separately can be written over here, and then we have 51C25. So NCR plus NCR minus 1, again N plus 1 CR. So this is 52C24 plus 2 times 52C24 plus 50C. Okay, this is 22, 23. I must write, just a second. I should write this 23, right? I should write this 23. I should write this 23. NCR plus NCR minus 1, N plus 1 CR. And this is 52C25. All right, now see what we can do. We can break this 52C24 as in 2 parts. So 52C23 plus 52C24 plus 52C24 plus 52C25. Again, NCR plus NCR minus 1, N plus 1 CR. So 53C24, and then it is 53C25. And then again, what we can write? 54C25. All right. So what should be the answer? The answer should be 54C25. Correct answer is option A. Is that clear, everyone? Got the point? So that formula NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to N plus 1 CR. That formula is being used, and we have to use it many times. So we have to solve it patiently, right? All right. Next question is, the sum of first 25 terms of an AP lies between 1900 and 2000, whose all terms are natural numbers, and its 9th term is 55. So first of all, let us take first term is A, common difference is D. So what we can write? We can write 9th term as A plus 8D, and this is equal to how much? 55. Right, everyone? Now sum of 25 terms. So what is the sum of 25 terms? N by 2 into 2A plus 25 minus 1, 24D. And this sum, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, lies between 1900 and 2000. This lies between 1900 and 2000, right? So we can take 2 common and 2 will be cancelled out. What we have? We have a plus 12 times d.
and this lies between 2000 and 1900, right? Now A can be written as 55 minus 8D plus 12D. 55 minus 8D plus 12D, and this will be 19 into 100 divided by 25, and this will be 20 into 100 divided by 25. 25 fours are 100, 25 fours are 100, and this is how much? 76 less than 55 plus 4D less than equal to 80. So what we can write, everyone? 4D should be less than 6 minus 5 1, 7 minus 5 2, and this is 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5, and then 7 minus 5 2, right? So what should my D lie between? My D should lie between 21 by 4 to 25 by 4, and my D should lie from where to where? D should lie from 4.25 to 6.75. Now see, each term is natural number. They are saying all natural numbers. So that means my common difference should be how much? Common difference should be some integer value, natural number. And 5.25 to 6.75. What is the natural number? That is 6. So now what they are getting? The first term of the arithmetic progression. So we can calculate the first term. 8 6 are 48 is equal to 55. So what is my first term, everyone? 7. So what should be my first term? My first term should be 7. Simple question. APGP, sum formula lies between here to here. 9 terms they have given, apply the nth term formula, substitute the A, and now we got the range of common difference because all the terms are natural numbers, so common difference should also be natural number along with the first term, right? Okay, so now moving on, what we are getting? We are getting A 7, and what they are getting here? Yeah, 7, D 6, okay. Next question, the solution should of the inequality 2 minus log base 2 x square plus 3x should be greater than equal to 0, right? So what should be the x values? What should be the x values? First of all, log is defined for positive values, right? So whatever is written inside the log, that means x square plus 3x should be positive. It cannot be 0 also. That means I can take x common, and then x plus 3 should be positive. This says the solution either x should be positive or x plus 3 should be negative. X should be less than minus 3 and x should be positive. X should be positive, x should be less than minus 3, right? Next, this is the first inequality, this or this. So over here we should have or. Don't say and. Or means either x can be positive or x can be less than minus negative. Both will work. Next, let us solve that inequality. 2 greater than equal to log of base 2 x square plus 3x. Then we have log of base 2 x square plus 3x. This should be, log should be less than equal to 2. Now we have to take the anti-log. And while taking anti-log, we have to keep in mind whether what is the base. Base is greater than 1 or 0 to 1. Because if base is greater than 1, means log value is increasing graph. For base greater than 1, log shows increasing graph. And for increasing graph, input is more, so output is also more. And so that means inequality remains same. So x square plus 3x should be less than equal to base 2 to the power 2. Right, so what we have, x square plus 3x minus 4 should be less than 0. So we have x plus 4 into x minus 1 should be less than equal to 0, and hence what is my x? My x should lie from where to where? Minus 4 to 1. This is second inequality. What is this? This is second inequality, right? Now let us take the intersection of these two because both should satisfy. So it is minus 3, minus 4, 0 and 1. X should be from minus 4 to plus 1. That means we have the filled circle and less than minus 3 and greater than 0. So we should have hollow circle. So what should be my answer? My answer should be from minus 4 to minus 3. Minus 3 not included, minus 4 included. Union 0 is not included. So 0 is not included means small bracket, and what is included means square bracket, right? So what should be my correct answer? My correct answer should be option D. Is that clear? Okay. Again, let me tell you what we have done. Log is defined for positive numbers, that should be greater than 0. Applied the condition x square plus 3x positive. Then we solve the log inequality, and the concept is that log x base a less than equal to b. If a is greater than 1, inequality remains same, a to the power b, right? And if a is from 0 to 1, so inequality just reverses, x greater than equal to a power b. This is the concept, right? Based on this, the question is asked. All right. Next, Sn they have given. Okay, see, this is not sigma. This is not the summation symbol. This is the product symbol, and k is from 1 to n. Inside the bracket 1 plus 2 by k square plus 5k plus 4. Then the value of limit n tends to infinity Sn. Right? We have to solve this question. All right. So first of all, let us write Sn. Sn is equal to pi means product k from 1 to n. Let us simplify this bracket, which will be nothing but k square plus 5k plus 4 plus 2 divided by k square plus 5k plus 4 and bracket close. So this will be nothing but, let us simplify this k square plus 5k plus 6. What we can write? K plus 2 into k plus 3, right? 6 and 5k, yeah. And this will be nothing but k plus 4 into k plus 1. Okay, anything cancelled out? No, nothing is cancelled out. And then we have product k is from where 1 to n and Sn. Okay, so Sn, now see, Sn is product, so I can keep k1. So 1 means 1 plus 2 3, 1 plus 3 4 divided by 1 plus 4 5, 1 plus 1 2, and then we can keep k2. So 2 plus 2 4, 2 plus 3 5, 2 plus 4 6, 2 plus 1 3. Then again we can keep k3. 1 2 3, 3 2 5, 3 3 6, and then 3 4 7, 3 1 4, right? And this will keep on going. Then we have k value will be n minus 1. So n minus 1 plus 2, n plus 1, n minus 1 plus 3, n plus 2 divided by n plus 3 into n, because k will be n minus 1. Then k will be n. So n plus 2 into n plus 3, and then whole divided by n plus 4 and n plus 1. Now let me check which of the terms are getting cancelled out. So 3 is cancelled out. Okay, 4 is cancelled out. Yeah, 4 is cancelled out from here. Outcoming 4. Let me just check that. K1 1 2 3 1 3 4 and K2 2 2 4. Okay. So 5 is cancelled out from here, 5 is cancelled out from here, 6 is cancelled out from here, 6 is cancelled out from here, and then 5 7 will be cancelled out others, and what we have 4 by 2, right? So what we have 4 by 2, and then these terms will be cancelled out from here, right? Let me check last two terms which are cancelled out, n plus 1, and then n plus 3 is also cancelled out, n plus 3 is also cancelled out. So this n plus 2 will be cancelled with previous terms. So what we have 4 by 2 into n plus 2 by n plus 4. Everyone don't make confusion. This n plus 2 will be getting cancelled out, this n will be getting cancelled out. Don't include that, right? You can write previous term. So this, if you keep k n minus 2, so n plus 1 by n plus 2 and n. So n plus 2 is getting cancelled out, and k plus 2 will become n is also getting cancelled out, right? Similarly, this 5 and 7 will get cancelled out. So what we have this as Sn, which is nothing but 2 times, Now we can take n common. So we have 1 plus 2 by n whole divided by n common 1 plus 4 by n, and n cancelled out. Now we have to calculate limit n tends to infinity Sn. What is the value? It will be nothing but limit of n tends to infinity 2 times 1 plus 2 by n whole divided by 1 plus 4 by n. When n is infinity, so n is infinity means 2 by n 0, 4 by n 0. What is the answer? My answer should be 2. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is option B. Is that clear, everyone? Correct answer should be option B. Okay. So simple concept. Let me again tell you. Pi k from 1 to n means nothing but product of terms. This term k1, k2, k3 up to kn. Check which of the terms are getting cancelled out, which of the numbers are getting cancelled out, right? And then you have to calculate n infinity Sn. All right. Next question, number of points of discontinuity of the function fx signum x square minus x plus 1 plus gif of x square minus x plus 1 in x from 0 to 3. At how many points it is discontinuous. So first of all, let us discuss about where signum function is discontinuous. If you remember signum x graph, so graph is something like this, right? At 0 it is exactly 0, and positive it is 1, and negative it is minus 1. All right. So that is the answer. All right. Now let us check signum x square minus x plus 1 where it is discontinuous. Okay, so first of all we should check x square minus x plus 1 should become 0. So below 0 and after 0, right? That will be the point. Left to the left of 0 to the right of 0. So we have x square minus x plus 1 where it becomes 0. Let us check that. So if we calculate the roots of this quadratic equation, so this is plus 1 plus minus b square minus 4 divided by 2. So now see, roots are imaginary. And what is the meaning of roots are imaginary? The meaning of roots are imaginary means this x square minus x plus 1 never becomes 0, and because coefficient of x square is positive, so this is always above the x-axis, right? We can also calculate the minimum, this point of minima, and what is the minimum value. Okay, all right. So now see, in the second greatest integer also they have given the same expression, x square minus x plus 1. So first of all, let us take this fx is equal to x square minus x plus 1. Let us calculate the vertex coordinate, or there are many methods to calculate minima. We can differentiate, find the point of minima or maxima, then calculate, or we have the direct formula minus b by 2a minus d by 4a. Okay, or we can also make it perfect square, then we can calculate the minimum maximum value. Okay, for example, we can write x minus 1 by 2 whole square. So x square plus 1 by 4 minus x. So plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. So what we have? We have x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus 3 by 4. This is nothing but fx. So what is fx is minimum at which point of x? At x is equal to 1 by 2. And what is the minimum value? 3 by 4. Is that clear? What is the minimum value? 3 by 4. Okay, so now let me draw the Cartesian plane over here. That means x-axis and y-axis. So first of all, we have for x is equal to 0, the value is 1. For x is equal to 1 by 2, the value is 3 by 4, right? So this is the parabola. This point is 1 by 2 and the corresponding value is 3 by 4. And this value is nothing but, this value is 1. Okay, so now see, fx will take the values greater than 3 by 4, right? This is the minimum value. What is the minimum height? 3 by 4. That means how much? 0.75. Now then we have x is equal to, this value will be nothing but, this value will be 3 by 4, then it will be 1, then it will be 2, then it will be 3. Are you getting my point, everyone? Are you getting my point? Right? So first of all, see, they are saying from 0 to 3, from 0 to 3. So from 0 to 1 by 2, from 0 to 1 by 2, what is the value? From 0 to 1, let me just say, for 0, exactly 0, it is 1, then it is decreasing, and it is becoming 0.75, and here it will become 1. It will become 1 at which point? X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1, right? So the graph of greatest integer of x square minus x plus 1, we are plotting over here. For x exactly 0, the value is 1, and then just greater than 0, the value will be 0 because it is decreasing, and till 1 it will be 0, and at 1 it will again become 1, right? Then at 2, what is the value? 2 to the 4 plus 1 5. X is equal to 2. Okay, let me remove this one, and then I am saying at x is equal to 2. At x is equal to 2, my value is, I should say x is equal to 2. I should say this one as 1 because I have told this as 1, right? So I should say this is as 1, this is as 1. So this is x is equal to 1. Then for x is equal to 2 to the 4 1 plus 5, 3. This point is 3. And then for x is equal to 3. What is the value? X is equal to 3. The value is nothing but, which is a 9 plus 1, 10. 10 minus 3, 7, right? So here to 1, up to 1, it exactly at 1 it is this value. Then at 2 it is 3. So it will be taking some value at 2. It will be in between x is equal to 1 to 2. It will be taking 2. In between 2 to 3. At exactly 2 it is taking 3. At exactly 2 it is taking 3. So one is this point, another is this point, right? We will calculate like that. So 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and then 7. Corresponding to this one point is there. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, and finally this point 3, because it suddenly jumps, right? The value will be something like this. Mind it. It will be like this. Okay? The greatest integer I am calculating. Then again it will be here, again here, and here, and here, and this is here, and then here. So at this point it is breaking. At point corresponding to 7, 3, then this value where it is becoming 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then this point. So we can count the value. What is that? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and finally this is 8. So what is correct answer? The correct answer is option D. Is that clear, everyone? How they have told this is, they have told this is discontinuous, where x square minus x plus 1 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So they have told this becomes x minus x plus 1 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they have calculated the point, right? Simple question. Again, let me tell you, signum x square minus x plus 1 become discontinuous nowhere, because signum of something where it becomes 0, to the left of 0, to the left of 0, to the right of 0, and at 0, the values are different, right? But it is never becoming 0, it is always positive. So this is never discontinuous. The only discontinuity of the second function, and then whole function will be discontinuous where the second function is discontinuous. So how many points are there? 8 points. All right. Okay, next, the ellipse, this is inscribed in a rectangle aligned with coordinate axis, which is in turn is inscribed in another ellipse that passes through the point 4, 0. Then eccentricity of the ellipse is how much? First of all, let us understand there is an ellipse. Okay, so this is showing vertical ellipse. Let me make the horizontal ellipse. Okay, horizontal ellipse. Okay, this ellipse is inscribed in a rectangle. This ellipse is inscribed in a rectangle. So let us make the rectangle now. Just a second. So this ellipse is inscribed in a rectangle aligned with coordinate axis. That means my coordinate axis is suppose this one. So ellipse is there, and obviously ellipse has center 0, 0. This ellipse is inscribed in a rectangle, and which in turn inscribes in another ellipse, and this rectangle is inscribed in another ellipse. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is that we have to draw another ellipse like this. Okay, and this ellipse is passing through the point 4, 0. Ellipse is passing through the 4, 0. So obviously the ellipse has value of a how much? The value of a is nothing but 4. And what is the relation? This is horizontal ellipse. So we have b square. Why it is horizontal ellipse? Let us understand that also. Because we have x square by 4 plus y square. 4 by 4, 1 is equal to 1. It could be horizontal or vertical, but because my x square denominator is 2 square, so a value is how much? 2. And b value is how much? 1. So this value is nothing but 2. So this value is 2. That means this is 2, 0, right? So what will be this value? This value will be nothing but, this value will be x coordinate will be 2. And what is my y coordinate? We don't know. What is my y coordinate? We don't know. Okay, so how to calculate? First of all, let us calculate the b value. This is b value is 1. So this value is also 1. That we also know. Right, this is 1. So what will be the coordinate? The coordinate will be 2, 1. The coordinate will be 2, 1. That means the ellipse, that is the outermost ellipse, passes through 2 points 4, 0 and 2, 1. Right. So what is my equation of ellipse? Equation of ellipse is x square by 4 square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Right, we have to calculate the only unknown b, then we can find out eccentricity obviously. So this ellipse passes through which particular point? 2, 1. So what is my x value? 2. So 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, plus 1 by b square is equal to 1. 1 by b square is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. So what is my b square value? B square value is nothing but 4 by 3. 4 by 3. B square value is how much? 4 by 3, right? And what is the eccentricity? Eccentricity formula is b square is equal to a square 1 minus e square for the ellipse, right? Horizontal ellipse. B square is 4 by 3. A square is how much? A square is 4 square, 16, and 1 minus e square. So what is the value? The value is 4 4 is 16, 1 minus e square is equal to 1 by 12, and e square is equal to 1 minus 1 by 12, so 11 by 12. And 11 by 12, what is e value? E value is nothing but root 11 by root 12, and root 12 can be written as 2 root 3. So what is my answer? My answer should be option B. So correct answer is option B. Is that clear, everyone? Simple question of ellipse. Ellipse is inscribed in a rectangle. That ellipse is horizontal. Rectangle will also be horizontal. It is aligned with the coordinate axis. And that rectangle is again inscribed in another ellipse that passes through the point 4, 0. Right? Based on this, we have solved the question. Alright, next question. Let Aij 2 by 2 be a matrix as the transpose of A is 5. Transpose of matrix A is 5, where TRP is trace of, not transpose, it is trace, right? Not transpose. Trace of matrix. TRA means trace of matrix. TRP is trace of matrix P. If Fx is determinant of a minus xi, and fa is a square plus aa plus aa. So basically this aa should be cancelled out. We have only one aa, right? This is incorrect. First of all, make that sure. Then the value of transpose of, again sorry, not transpose, it is trace of adjoint of a square plus a plus 1 adjoint of a plus 3i is equal to what? So we have to find the trace of the matrix. Which matrix? Adjoint a square plus a plus 1 adjoint a plus 3i. Is that clear, everyone? So now first of all, see, if you people remember, so determinant of a minus xi, do you remember the determinant of a minus lambda I? What was this giving? This was giving a polynomial equation, right? And we were getting the eigenvalues. So we can say that the polynomial equation is nothing but x square plus ax plus 3 is equal to 0. Is that clear? This is the polynomial equation of the corresponding matrix, and every matrix satisfies this polynomial equation. And we can also write the polynomial equation as x square minus sum of the roots alpha plus beta x plus product of the roots, if the roots of this are alpha and beta. And it can also be written as x square minus sum of root is trace of the matrix, trace of a into x plus product of roots is determinant of a is equal to 0. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Now what they have given these two are same. So can we compare? We can compare and we can say a is equal to minus trace of a. Is that clear? What is my a? A is equal to minus trace of a. And what is trace of a? Trace of a is 5. So what is my a value? Minus 5. And what is determinant a value? If you compare these two equations again, so determinant a value is nothing but 3. Is that clear? Determinant a value is how much? 3. Okay. All right, so now see, we have to first of all find out the trace of a. They have given 5. Trace of a they have given 5. Okay, so we have got the a value. Now we have to find out a. We can substitute over here. So a plus 1 will be minus 4. Minus 4 adjoint of a. First of all, let us take the matrix A as a, B, C, D. But a has been already taken. So let us take P, Q, R, S. Let us take P, Q, R, S. Right? P, Q, R, S is not there. Yeah, P, Q, R, S. So what is the trace of the matrix? Trace of a matrix is defined as sum of diagonal elements. So P plus S. What they have given? P plus S they have given 5. Is that clear, everyone? Trace they have given 5. So P plus S 5. And determinant A. Determinant A means what? P into S minus Q into R is equal to how much, everyone? Determinant is 3. Okay. Determinant is how much? 3. Now what we want adjoint of A. We want to calculate the adjoint of A. So first of all, to calculate the adjoint, let us calculate the minor. How we calculate the minor? Hide the element, first row, first column, we will get S, then row and column passing through Q, we will get R, then Q, and then P. This is minor. And cofactor matrix will be nothing but changing the sign. This first corner leftmost top corner plus, so plus S minus R minus Q plus P. This is cofactor. And what is adjoint? Adjoint is nothing but transpose of the cofactor matrix. What is that? S minus Q minus R P. Is that clear? This is my adjoint of A. Okay, now we want to calculate the adjoint A whole square. Adjoint of A whole square means adjoint A. So we have S minus Q minus R P, and again multiply this with S minus Q minus R P. So what is the value? It will be S square plus QR. It will be S square plus QR, R1C1, then minus SQ minus QP or minus PQ. Then we will be having minus RS minus PR or minus RP. Then we will be having RQ plus P square, right? Okay, everyone. Now we want to calculate the transpose of this transpose. Let us say the value is K. Transpose adjoint A square plus A plus 1 adjoint A plus 3i. So first of all, transpose of adjoint of A square means we have to add. Okay, let me write complete thing. K is equal to nothing but K is equal to transpose of that value. So let me write transpose of, just a second. Let me write transpose of this whole thing is equal to, first of all, adjoint A square, S square plus QR minus RS minus RP minus SQ minus PQ, RQ plus P square, and then we have a plus 1. A plus 1 is how much, everyone? A plus 1 is nothing but minus 5 plus 1 minus 4. So plus 4 and plus minus 4 will go inside. Minus 4 will go inside. Minus 4s, 4q, 4r, minus 4p, and then 3i. 3i means nothing but 3003, right? And then transpose means sum of diagonal elements. So first of all, we can add all these, and then topmost left corner is nothing but s square plus qr minus 4s plus 3, and then bottommost right corner is nothing but rq plus p square minus 4p plus 3. So what we have from here, let us combine s square and p square, s square plus p square, and or s square plus qr, p square plus s square, and then p square plus s square, and we have plus qr rq. So 2qr minus 4 common s plus p, plus 6, right? And see what we can write here, s square plus p square. I can write s plus p whole square, minus 2sp, and minus 2 common, it will be ps minus qr. Is that correct? Let me check that. 2qr and minus 2sp, correct. And minus 4s plus p plus 6. So let me calculate the value now. It is nothing but s plus p whole square. What is s plus p whole square, everyone? S plus p whole square is 5 square, 25, minus 2 times ps minus qr is 3, minus 4 psp plus s is 5 plus 6. So minus 6 plus 6 cancelled out. 25 minus 20 is how much? 5. So what is my correct answer? My correct answer should be 5. Is that clear, everyone? It is very, very important question, right? JEE Mains has asked sometimes this question based on this. So we have to remember what is the meaning of, first of all, determinant of a minus xi. What is that? Determinant of a minus xi is nothing but gives a polynomial equation corresponding to any matrix. If you can get polynomial equation and calculate the roots, those are called eigenroots or eigenvalues. Okay, and sum of those roots is equal to trace of the matrix, and product of roots is equal to determinant value. Also, we can write the quadratic equation corresponding to the matrix, right? Characteristic equation, that is called x square minus sum of root into x plus product of root, or x square minus trace of matrix plus determinant value. These things you should remember. It is very, very important from the point of view of our JEE exam, right? And then we have calculated the value. So please practice the questions based on this. All right. Okay, so now let us move on. Okay, next question. A circle touches y-axis at 0, 3 and makes an intercept of 2 units on the positive x-axis. Then the intercept made by the circle on the line. First of all, if we can calculate the center of the circle, radius, then we can find out the length of the intercept. Okay, first of all, let us draw the diagram. There is a circle. There is a circle which touches. Just a second. There is a circle which touches y-axis at 0, 3 and makes an intercept of 2 units on positive x-axis. Okay. Okay, so this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. Circle touches y-axis at 0, 3. So this point we can take 0, 3, and then the length of intercept is 2 and positive x-axis. So we can say this point A, this point B, right? And AB distance is 2. So if we draw perpendicular from here, so what will be the value? One approach is this, we can directly calculate right from here. Okay, so first of all, this center coordinate we can find out. This radius, okay, touches at 0, 3, makes intercept of 2 units. So we can take this center, let me call this center C, this is origin O, this point is M. So this length AM will be 1 and this is 3. So we can calculate the radius, and then calculating the radius will be nothing but it will be x coordinate of the center also, right? So radius x coordinate will be nothing but we can calculate. Second method is simply we can take x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, right? If you people remember, just a second, 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. If you people remember, so intercept on x-axis is 2 times root over g square minus c.
Intercept on y-axis is 2 times root over f square minus c. Because on y-axis there is no intercept, so that will be 0. And then it is passing through 0,3, make it satisfy. So GFC 3 unknowns, we can calculate those 3 values, right? That is second approach. But over here, my AC is nothing but radius, which will be nothing but 1 square plus 3 square. I hope you people can understand AB is 2. So AM will be how much? 1. Because perpendicular dot from the center of any circle to the chord, divide the chord into 2 equal parts, right? So AM will be how much? 1. So we have CM how much? 3, AM is 1, AC is nothing but the radius, which will be equal to, suppose it is touching at point B 0,3. So what will be my CB? My CB will be nothing but radius. What is that radius? Root 10. And CB will also be the distance from y-axis, which is how much? Root over 10. And the circle center lies in the first quadrant because intercept on the x-axis is positive, right? Root 10. And then what is the y coordinate? 3. Okay, now we have got the center coordinate root 10 comma 3 and radius is also root 10. So we can find out the equation of circle x minus root 10 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to radius root 10 whole square. Okay, now intercept on the line. So let me say intercept on the line. Suppose this is the line. We have to find out the intercept. Okay, so intercept means suppose we have to find the length PQ. And then what we can do, we can draw perpendicular C from C on PQ. Let us say this is N. So we can calculate C and distance. What is the C and distance? C and distance but nothing but distance from any point to any line. That is root 10 comma 3. So root 10 minus of 3. This is just a second. Minus of 3 into y value 3 minus 1 divided by x coefficient root 10 square 10 and y coefficient 9. Just a second. Root x square coefficient, x coefficient a root 10 and y coefficient 3 9, and it is equal to how much? Cn, right? It is equal to how much? It is not working. Just a second. It is equal to Cn. So what is the value? 10 minus 9 minus 1. Okay, 10 minus 10, 0. So what is my Cn value? My Cn value is nothing but 0. What is the meaning of Cn value 0? When Cn can be 0. When PQ is outside, that means line is not touching, no, Cn will be more. When PQ becomes closer to center, like here, closer to more center, closer to center, and then Cn coincides. That means PQ line is what? PQ line is nothing but passing through the center. PQ line is nothing but passing through the center means it becomes the diameter of the circle. It becomes the diameter of the circle means what? What is the length of PQ? Nothing but what is the length intercepted by the circle on the line? Diameter. And what is the diameter of the circle? The diameter of the circle is 2 times radius. And what is the radius? Root 10. So what is my value? 2 times root 10. So that means correct answer is option C. Is that clear, everyone? Simple question. First of all, find the center of the circle, radius of the circle, and then after finding the center, we can find out the perpendicular distance. And then perpendicular distance is 0 means the line passes through the center. First conclusion, or if Cn is 0, so how we calculate Pn? Pn is nothing but Pc square minus Cn square and square root of this. That will be giving Pn, and double that you will get PQ, right, everyone? Okay. All right. So now let us move on. And I told you the second methodology that you can use. Z1 and Z2 both satisfy the equation real part of Z is equal to mod of Z minus 2. Next question, Z1 and Z2 both satisfy the equation real part of Z is equal to mod Z minus 2 and argument of Z1 minus Z2 is pi by 3, then imaginary part of Z1 plus Z2. Okay, Z1 and Z2 both satisfy the equation real part of Z is equal to mod of Z minus 2. Okay, so first of all, let me write real part of Z means X and mod of Z minus 2 means X minus 2 square root over X minus 2 square plus Y square, and then we can square both sides, so X square cancelled out, Y square plus 4 minus 4x is equal to 0. So what we have, y square is equal to 4 common x minus 1. Okay, 4x minus 4 means 4x minus 4 common x minus 1. And then argument of z1 minus z2. How we calculate argument? Argument is calculated as tan inverse, and z1 minus z2 means I y1 minus y2 and divided by x1 minus x2. This is equal to how much? 60 degree. So y1 minus y2 will be equal to x1 minus x2. Tan 60 is root 3. All right. Now we want imaginary part of z1 plus z2. Imaginary part of z1 plus z2. Okay, so what we can do, x1, y1, x2, y2 both will be satisfying this equation. x1, y1, x2, y2 both will be satisfying this. So we have y1 square minus y2 square is equal to 4 times x1 minus x2, and y1 minus y2, it can be written as y1 minus y2, and y1 plus y2 is equal to 4 times x1 minus x2, right? And what is my y1 minus y2? Root 3 times x1 minus x2, and this is y1 plus y2 is equal to how much? 4 times x1 minus x2. So x1 minus x2 is cancelled out, right? What is my y1 plus y2? y1 plus y2 is nothing but 4 by root 3, and that's what they are asking, imaginary part of z1 plus z2. Is that clear, everyone? Imaginary part of z1 plus z2 is how much? 4 by root 3. That is answer D. See, here also they have done the same thing. Okay, so let me again tell you. Argument. I hope you remember this now. Z1 is x1 plus I y1, and z2 is x2 plus I y2. And then how we calculate the argument? Imaginary part divided by real part. Tan inverse or tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, right? And then we have solved it. Okay, next question. Sigma A, sigma B, sigma C are the variance of heights of students of 3 sections, each containing 10 students as follows. Section A, these are the data: 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 up to 29. Section B, 30, 31, 32, 39. Section C, sigma A, sigma B, sigma C. So first of all, by looking this, not everyone can analyze, observe this point, but we have to observe that 20 has been increased to 30 by 10, by 10, by 10, by 10, by 10, and 29 to 39. If each data of a set of data is increased by same amount, then there is no change in the standard deviation or variance. Why? Because sigma square variance formula is sigma of xi square by n minus sigma of x bar whole square, sigma xi by whole square, or sigma square formula is sigma xi minus x bar whole square divided by n. Each data is increased by suppose 10, mean will also be increased by 10, and subtraction will be not changed. So variance remains same, or standard deviation remains same. Similarly, 30 to 40 by 10, by 10, 10, 10, and 39 to 49 by 10. So what is the meaning of this? That means standard deviation or variance of all the heights of the student remains same. So what is the answer? Each observation is increased by same quantity, then the variance remains unchanged, right? So that concept you have to remember. So that's why I say key now we are solving P by Qs of all the FLTs, part test, right? Then we'll be having AITS. What we should do all that, make a separate notebook, short notebook, where based on P by Qs we should write the approach, the methodology, the process, which is a new for us, the concept and the formula that we may forget, right? So that while going before the exam, just 2-3 days back prior to exam, we can revise all these concept, formulas, methodologies, approaches which are new to us, right? So that you have to take care. Okay, next, the coefficient of x power 7 in 1 plus x plus 1 plus x whole square plus and so on. So first of all, 1 means 1 plus x power 0, 1 plus x power 1, 2 up to 100. How many terms are written? 1 plus x, 101. So we have 1 plus x power 0, first term, common ratio, 1 plus x, total number of terms, minus 1, divided by, what happened to this? Divided by 1 plus x, common ratio, minus 1. Okay, 1 cancelled out. So what we have? We have, what is happening this one? So just a second. So we have 1 plus x power 101 minus of 1 divided by how much? Divided by x. So basically see, 1 plus x power 100, 1 divided by x minus of 1 by x. So now 1 plus x power 101 divided by x. So we want coefficient of x power 7. So in the numerator of the first one, this one, we should calculate what? Coefficient of x power how much? X power 8, because x power 1 already is there in the denominator. So we want coefficient of x power 8 in 1 plus x power 101, and the general term is nothing but tr plus 1 is ncr first 1 power n minus r, second power r, x power r. So what is coefficient of x power 8? X power 8 coefficient is nothing but 101c8, right, which is in the ninth term, 101c8, and from 1 by there is no coefficient of x power 7. So what should be the answer? The answer is not present, so let me use the formula of nc. R is equal to ncn minus r, so 101 c 93. Is that clear, everyone? What is the correct answer? 101 c 93. Is that clear? Simple binomial question, sequence series. Please remember, what is the number of terms? What is the number of terms? Okay, and then we have to use the concept of coefficient. Next question, let A is the vector, B is vector A cross I minus 2k and C is B cross k, then the projection of C minus 2g on A. Let me show you the solution. It is a simple question. We can calculate B, everyone, formula based question, if you remember it perfectly. So first of all, B can be calculated A cross I minus 2k. We can calculate that cross product of two vectors, that will give B. And then C is nothing but B cross k, we calculate C. Now projection of C minus 2g on A, simple formula. Projection of vector A on B is nothing but A dot B upon divided by mod of B, right? So divided by mod of projection of this on A, projection of C minus 2g on A. That is simple question, you can calculate, right? Next, the function f, which is defined from minus infinity to minus 1. So domain is from minus infinity to minus 1 included. And the codomain is 0. 0 is not included, e to the power 5, defined by fx is equal to e power x cube minus 3x plus 2. And what type of function is this? 1, 1, many 1, on 2, into what is that? So for calculating that, first of all, we have to calculate the first derivative so that we can make sure whether the function is increasing, decreasing, or in which interval it is increasing or decreasing, because it is polynomial function, right? So e power x differentiation same as e power x cube minus 3x plus of 2, right? Okay, into chain rule, differentiation of x cube is 3x square minus of 3x differentiation is 3, okay, and 3 can be taken common. So now we have x minus 1, x plus 1. So we have x minus 1, x plus 1, because coefficient of x square is positive, so 1 and minus 1, and then we have positive, we have negative, we have positive, right? Just a second, pen tab is not working properly. Okay, now interval minus infinity to minus 1. Minus infinity to minus 1, first derivative is positive, means function is increasing. Is that clear, everyone? Function is increasing. Function is increasing. And for increasing, so at minus infinity should be lowest. So what is the value of the function at minus infinity? At minus infinity, the value is nothing but e to the power minus infinity cube minus infinity. And what is that? 1 upon e power infinity, 0. Right, so 0 is not included, obviously minus infinity is not included. Then we have function value at minus 1. What is the function value at minus 1? E to the power minus 1 plus 3 plus 2. And what is that? E power 4. And e power 4 is included, right? E power 4 is included. So what is my range, everyone? My range is, first of all, in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, function is increasing. So any strictly increasing function is always 1, 1 function, always 1, 1 function, because minus infinity to minus 1, minus infinity to minus 1, at minus 1 the value is positive, and at minus infinity the value is 0. So this will be something like this, okay? And at minus 1 e power 4. But what is the codomain? This value is nothing but e to the power 4. And what they are asking the codomain should be 0 to e power 5. E power 4 is lesser than e power 5. That means my range is a proper subset of codomain. So first of all, it is 1, 1 function and into function. What is this? 1, 1 function and into function. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Again, let us understand polynomial function they have given, asking 1, 1, many 1, on 2 or into. We should differentiate, and for the interval minus infinity to minus 1, let us check it is either strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. If it is both, so it is not 1, 1, it is many 1. But in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, it is strictly increasing, and hence it is 1, 1 function. Plus in this interval, we are getting the range from 0 to e power 4, which is a proper subset of 0 to e power 5. That means it is into function. Okay. All right. Next question. A is equal to cos inverse cos 20, B is equal to cos inverse cos 30, and C is equal to sin inverse sin of A plus B. Then largest integer x for which sin inverse sin x greater than equal to mod of x minus A plus B plus C. So first of all, just a second. So first of all, let us understand what they have given, and this is actually not working properly. Anyways, so let us understand the graph of cos inverse cos. The graph of cos inverse cos, it is something like this, hut type of shape. So if I say this is pi, this is pi, this is 2 pi, 3 pi, oh just a second, sorry. It is 3 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi and 7 pi. 7 3 is 21. Okay. So where 20 lies? Where 20 lies? So we have 6 into pi, 6 into 3.14 and 7 into 3.14, right? So 18.84 and this is 21.98, right? So 20 is over here, and for this one, this is the line which is what? Minus x, slope is negative, minus x plus 7 pi, right? So that means cos inverse cos 20 will be 7 pi minus 20, 7 pi minus 20. Just a second, 20 minus 6 pi, just a second, 6 pi is around 6 pi. They have given 20 minus pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. Oh my goodness, this is 5 pi, not 6 pi. This is 5 pi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pi, and this is 6 pi, right? This is 7 pi. So it is after 7 pi. So this line after 6 pi. So what is this? This is slope x. That means x minus 6 pi. Okay, x minus 6 pi. Similarly, we have to calculate cos inverse cos 30. So you have to check where it lies. So a value is 20 minus 6 pi and b value is 10 pi minus 30. So what is my c value? Minus 3 pi plus 10. Is that clear? Now they want this. I hope you can find out that, no? Let me again tell you. This line has equation x. This line has equation slope is minus x plus 2 pi. This I should write as x minus 2 pi. This I should write as minus x plus 4 pi. This I should write as x minus 4i. Is that clear? So that point 4 pi either minus or plus. If slope is plus x, that will be minus. If slope is minus x, that will be plus, right? In that way, we can calculate a and b. And then sine inverse sine x, we can calculate sine inverse sine a plus b. A plus b, you have calculated how much is that? 4 pi minus 10. 4 pi minus 10. So we have calculated c also, right? Where it lies, check that. Then sine inverse sine x. Sine inverse sine x should be greater than equal to mod of x minus a plus b plus c. How much is that? 20, 30, 10, 30, 30 cancelled out. 10 pi minus 6 pi minus 6 pi, 9 pi. Mod of x minus pi. Now check if we substitute x is equal to 2. So will this be satisfying? Because sine inverse sine 2. Because sine inverse sine 2. Sine inverse sine 2. Now the graph of sine inverse sine. The graph is something like this. This is pi. This is 2 pi. This is 3 pi. Okay, this is pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. So pi will be before this, and after pi by 2 you have to check that. So obviously after pi by 2, because pi by 2 is 1.57. So this line is nothing but minus x plus pi. That means for 2 we will get pi minus 2, and if you keep here x2, 2 minus pi, this is pi minus 2 will be greater than pi minus 2. Is that clear? It is satisfying, yes. Then check for 3, similarly for 4, and then you have to check which is the correct answer, right? Okay, people. Next question. A ray of light coming from the point 2, 2 root 3 is incident at an angle of 30 degree on the line x is equal to 1 at the point A. The ray gets reflected on the line and meets x-axis at the point B. Then AB passes through the point. Let me show you the diagram here. They have given. So first of all, 2, 2 root 3 is coming on the line x is equal to 1 at an angle 30 degree. So from the horizontal, it will make an angle of 60 degree. What we have done, we have found the image of P with respect to x is equal to 1. We have found this one image, we can find out image of any point. Then this point is 1, 3, point A is 1, 3, where it intersects, x is equal to 1, we can find out. So 0, 2 root 3 and 1, root 3 equation of line. And equation of line, equation of reflected ray, which is AB, right? So we have found the equation of reflected ray. and the point we have to check which lies on the line. So we have calculated that, right? It is also very important question. Image of any point we can find out. One point we already have point of intersection. Find the equation of reflected ray, because image of the point on the incident ray, and its image about that line where it is falling. So reflected ray always passes through particular image, right? So reflected ray passes through A and the point Q, which is the image. Okay, everyone. So correct answer they have shown. Okay, all right. Area of the figure bounded by the curve y is equal to. Actually, this is creating some problem. So image of the point, okay, area of the figure bounded by the curve y is equal to mod x minus 1, y is equal to 3 minus mod x. So we have y is equal to mod x minus 1, y is equal to mod x minus 1. First of all, this is mod x minus 1 because y is equal to mod x, we have the graph, right? It is not working. So y is equal to mod x graph, y is equal to mod x graph, and then this is the graph of mod x, right? Mod x graph, and then mod x minus 1 will be shifting by 1 unit in the right direction. Similarly, we have y is equal to mod x, and minus of mod x will be this one. This is minus of mod x, and then what will be 3 minus mod x? It will be shifting in upward direction by 3 units. So 3 minus mod x. This is 3 minus mod x. And similarly, we have the graph of mod x minus 1, which will be shifting graph of mod x by 1 unit in the right direction. So now they have complete diagram here. Find the point C we already know. Calculate point A and point B. That you will be getting CD and CB, and this is nothing but rectangle, because slope of one line is 1, slope of another line is minus 1. So rectangle, what we have to calculate? Area we can calculate, right? Easy one only. Actually, I also have class after half an hour. All right. Next question, the chances of defective tools in 3 boxes PQ are 2 by 9, 3 by 7, 1 by 5. A box is selected at random, a tool is drawn from it which is found to be defective. Then the probability that it has come from Q. Okay, so first of all, it is a question of Bayes theorem, right? The chances of tool. First of all, probability of selecting 3 boxes is 1 by 3 equally, nothing said. That means they can be equally selected with equal probabilities 1 by 3. Now first one is P. So probability that tool will be defective 2 by 9. If it is drawn from Q box, then 3 by 7. And if it is drawn from box number R, so it is 1 by 5. So this is nothing but probability of E1, similarly probability of E2 and probability of E3, and this is nothing but probability of A given that E1, right? If you go completely through the 3 ways, so Px, Qy, Rz gives total probability. So probability of selecting defective tool is probability A. A box is selected at random and tool is drawn from it which is found to be defective. So it is found to be defective. Probability of A. It is found to be defective. It is found to be defective. Just a second. It is found to be defective. So we have to find what we have to find. Then the probability that it came from Q. Probability that it came from Q and it is defective. So we have to go along which way? We have to go along this way in the numerator. So 1 by 3 into 3 by 7 whole divided by 1 by 3, 2 by 9, 1 by 3, 3 by 7, 1 by 3, 1 by 5. So 1 by 3 is common. What we can do? 2 by 9 plus 3 by 7 plus 1 by 5. And then 1 by 3 cancelled out. Calculate the answer. You get the answer, right? 3 by 7, 1 by 3 is common. And then they have got the answer. Okay. Again, a next question from indefinite integration, which is again easy. Integration of dx by 1 plus 3x square, 3 sin square x. So in this type of question, what should we do? We should write dx by, we can divide by cos square. So 1 by cos square will become sec square plus 3 sin square by cos square will become 10 square x. And in the numerator, we have secant square x, right? We have secant square x. And then what we can write? Secant square 1 plus 10 square. So we have 1 plus 4 10 square. So we can write 2 10x whole square, 2 10x whole square, and this is secant square x dx. Now what we can do? We can assume 2 10x as t, and secant square x dx will be how much? Dt by 2. So we can assume 2 10x as t. So we have 2 times secant square x dx is equal to dt, and so secant square x dx will be how much? Dt by 2. So we have dt by 2, dt by 2. That means 1 by 2 dt and 1 plus t square. So what we have? 1 plus t square, 1 by 1 plus t square, 10 inverse t by a, 1 by a, 10 inverse t by a, and what is a? 1. So 1 by 1, 1 by 1. There is no effect. So 1 by 2, 10 inverse 2 10x. Correct answer should be option B. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. All right. Next question. If the lines this and this are perpendicular. So very simple question. If the lines are perpendicular means product of direction ratios will be how much? -1. First of all, carefully calculate the direction ratios. So the equation of a standard line is x coefficient should be +1. So 3 common, which we can write 1 by 3. Then 2 common, and we have y plus 5 by 2 by 1 by 2. Then 3 common, z minus 1 by 1 by 3. And then similarly we have x minus 1 by 1, y minus 3 by 2 lambda is equal to z plus 1 by 3 mu. And then multiply this. Direction ratios of first is 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 3. Or we can multiply with what? No issues. 1 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 2 into 2 mu plus 1 by 3 into 3 mu is equal to what? 0. Because they are perpendicular. So first line has direction ratio, second line has direction ratio. They are perpendicular means they are parallel to vector b1, they are parallel to vector b2. So b1 dot b2 how much? 0. So what we can get? We can get, this is lambda, no? Lambda. So what is the value? The value is lambda plus mu is equal to -1 by 3. Lambda plus mu is equal to how much? -1 by 3. Is that clear? Correct answer is option D. Okay. Next question. A solid box is found by placing a cylinder. Solid box is found by placing a cylinder having equal height and radius on the top. Cylinder is there having equal height and radius. So this is a cylinder, equal height and radius on the top, and this is placed on the top of a cube such that circular base of cylinder is the inscribed circle for the square top of the cube. So first of all, let me draw the cube. This is the cube, and then the circular base is inscribed inside that cuboid, right? So if radius of cylinder is r, so radius means what will be the side of the box to r? What will be the side of the box to r? You can assume, I hope, no? Make a square and a circular disc. So let me show you that this is the circle, bottom of the cylinder, and then we have the square of the cube, right? This is the square of the cube. So if radius of the bottom and height is also same, this is r, so this is also how much? R. So what will be the length of the side? 2r, right? Okay. If the radius of the cylinder is changing at the rate, so radius is changing at the rate of this one. So dr by dt is how much? Dr by dt is 1 by 2 pi plus 16 centimeter per second. Then the rate of change of volume of the box when radius is 2 centimeter. Okay. First of all, dv by dt and d by dt of volume. What is the volume of the solid, everyone? Cylinder, pi r square h, pi r square into h plus side abh. That means a cube, 2r cube. So what is this? Now let us differentiate this. This is nothing but pi r cube means 3r square dr by dt, and then pi times, so pi is common, plus 8r cube. So 3r square dr by dt. And then what is the value? Actually, this pen tab is not properly working. So 3r square common, 3r square is common. What we have? Pi plus 8, and dr by dt is how much? 1 by 2 common, pi plus 8, right? So pi plus 8 cancelled out, 3 also cancelled out, and what we have? We have r square. So that is how much? 2 square, 4. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is, for some mistake is there, let me check that. Okay, 3r square is common. 3r square is common, dr by dt, and 2 taken common, no? 2 taken common here. Here 2 taken common. Actually, because of this pen tab, no? Okay, so 2 common and 3r square. So r is 2. 2 to the 4th is a 12. 12 by 2 is how much? 6. 6 cc per second. Is that clear, everyone? Assume that it is a simple question. Cylinder, radius r, height r, and radius, and that circular part is inscribed in the square, because cube will be of 6 faces, which all faces are square, whose side is 2r. Next question, if ABC is positive real number and a square BC plus 4ABC plus 4BC is equal to 81, such that 2a plus b plus c plus 4 assumes its least value, then the value of a plus b plus c is equal to how much? Okay. Let me first of all take common. What is the common from here? BC is common. What we can write? A square plus 4a plus 4, and it is equal to 81, right? Okay, now see, this is BC, a plus 2 whole square is equal to how much? 81. Okay, now see, they have what they have given. They have given this b plus c, and then we can write this a plus 4 or 2a plus 4, 2 common, 2 common. It is not writing. We can write 2 common, a plus 2. Okay, first of all, think of AM and GM. We have B and C, a plus 2 squared, so that means a plus 2 should be assumed how many times? 2 times. So a plus 2 plus a plus 2 plus b plus c. In this way we have assumed 4 numbers, and because a, b, c are positive, so a plus 2, b and c are also positive. This should be greater than or equal to geometric mean. What is that? A plus 2 into a plus 2 into b into c, and whole power how much? 1 by 4. And what is a plus 2 whole square bc? A plus 2 whole square bc is nothing but 81 power 1 by 4. 81 power 1 by 4, and then into 4, and then we have a plus 2, how many times? 2 times, and plus b plus c, which is equal to 3. 81 power 1 by 4 is 3. 3 4s are 12, or I should write 4 times of 3, right? Okay, now see, this assumes least value. So basically, arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to geometric mean for positive numbers, and they are asking 2a plus b plus c plus 4. That means a plus 2, 2 times plus b plus c assumes least value. So what is the least value? 12, and when it is least. So arithmetic mean of numbers a, b, c by 3 if they are positive greater than or equal to a, b, c power 1 by 3, and this left side value becomes least when a is equal to b is equal to c. That means what should happen over here? A plus 2 should be equal to a plus 2 should be equal to b should be equal to c. That means 12 should be divided to 4 parts, 4 equal parts. E should have same value. So what should be this? This should be 3. That means my b and c should be 3, and a should be equal to how much? 3 minus 2, 1. So what is the value of a plus c plus c? So 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. Is that clear, everyone? What is the correct answer? 7. They have also given the solution, and it is one of the important question minded. And remember the concept: AM greater than or equal to GM. Minimum value of arithmetic mean is geometric mean, which exists when all the numbers are equal, right? Okay, next, a polynomial px of degree 5 is such that p of 0 is equal to minus 120, p of 1 1, p of 2 16, p of 3 81, p of 4 256, p of 5 625. So if you observe, first of all, you can observe that this p of 1 is 1 power 4, p of 2 is 2 power 4, p of 3 is 3 power 4, 3 power 4 81, p of 4 is 4 4 is 16, 4 power 4, and p of 5 is 5 power 4, because 25 25 625. So we can write p of x is equal to x power 4, but it is a degree of 5. It is a degree of 5. So So what should I write? I should write k x minus 1 and then x minus 2. Remember the methodology, everyone. Then x minus 3, then x minus 4, and then x minus 5. Why? Because if we calculate P1, so that second part becomes 0, 1 power 4. P2, second part becomes 0, 2 power 4. So in this way, up to P5, it will be satisfying. And 5-degree polynomial is also it is, right? Now we can calculate P of 0. What is P of 0? Minus 120. So this is P of 0, 0 plus K. And this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. And 5 factorial is 120. And plus, minus. So K value is how much? 1, right? Now we want the value of P dash 3. So first of all, how to calculate P dash 3? So just a second. First of all, we have got the value of Px, which is nothing but x power 4 plus k is 1, and we will combine x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 4, x minus 5, and x minus 3 separately, because we want to find out P dash 3. By doing so, we will take this first. So product will apply. First differentiation of second plus second differentiation of first, and for second x will be keeping 3, so that part will become 0, and then differentiation of this one, right? Okay, so P dash x is nothing but x power 4 differentiation 4x cube plus all the same inside the bracket differentiation of x minus 3, which is 1, plus x minus 3, x minus 3, x minus 3, and d by dx of this complete value. Now keeping x is equal to 3, what we get? We get P dash of 3, right? And what is that? 27 into 4 3s are 12, 27, 3 times, and then 4 times 3 cube is 27, plus that x minus 1 is 3 minus 1 2, 3 minus 2 1, 3 minus 4 minus 1, 3 minus 5 minus 2, and plus 0. So this is 4 common, 27 plus 1 28. So what the answer should be? 4 into 28, which is how much? My bad, pentab is not working, just a minute. 112, right? So correct answer should be how much? 112. Is that clear, everyone? Correct answer is 112. Okay. Also for neat and clean, you just check the solution. Next question, a die is tossed. If the die shows 1 or 2, then a coin is tossed, and if a die shows 3, then 2 coins are tossed, otherwise 3 coins are tossed. So first of all, let us make the cases. Okay, 1 or 2. So 1 or 2 means what will be the probability? 2 by 6. Then die shows 3. What is the probability? 1 by 6. Then 1 2 3. After that we can have 4 5 6. What is the probability? 3 by 6. For 1 or 2, a coin is tossed, and if die shows 3, 2 coins are tossed, and if otherwise 3 coins are tossed. Given that the resulting coin tossed produce no head. No head means what is the probability? 1 coin, 1 by 2. 2 coin, no head means 2 tail. 2 tail means out of 4 we have 1, and no head means all tail 1 by 8, right? If the probability that die showed 1 or 2 is m by n, that means we have to go by which way? We have to go by first way. First way means 2 by 6 into 1 by 2 divided by this 2 by 6 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6 into 1 by 4 plus 3 by 6 into 1 by 8. It will not be neat and clean. Let me check that. Solve that, right? So they are using the same thing, 2 by 6, and then you can solve it, right? It is not visible properly. Let me write it again. This is 1 by 8. So what is the value? 1 by 6, and then it is 1 by 6. It is 1 by 24. It is 3 by 3 to just 6. Just a second. It is how much? 3 to just 6 cancel out. 2 8 just 16. And then we can solve it. 1 by 6 divided by 6, 24, 2. And what is the value, everyone? 8 plus 2 plus 3. So what should be my answer? It should be 1 by 6 into 48 divided by 13. 8 by 13. 8 by 13. And m by n. M and n are co-prime. Yes, they are co-prime. N plus m. What is that? 21. Correct answer is how much? 21. Is that clear, everyone? Next, last question. So if the solution of the differential equation y plus y by x minus root y is equal to 0, y of 1 is 0, y of x is not adding 0, then 9 of f of 9. So first of all, there is a mistake in this question. Make this y as dy by dx, right? So what is my differential equation now? My differential equation is dy by dx plus y by x is equal to root y. So now in this type of differential equation which is not linear, we have to convert this linear. So what should we do? We should divide by, because divide by x will p of x into y is equal to q of x. It is q of y, root y. So divide by root y, it will be dy by dx 1 by root y, and then plus y by root y is root y by x is equal to 1, right? So root y we can take t and then we can solve. Is that clear? Let me check that. So now we have, we have y by y power n by 2 divided by dx. So y power n by 2 taken v and then we solved it. And then now it will be linear differential equation, you can solve it, right? It is an easy equation, differential equation. Alright everyone, so I hope you got the point and the questions, you understood everyone, right? So what I told you, to make the short note of PYQs based concept, approach, methodology, formulas, everything that is new for you and which you can forget, right? Because in the while exam time, before one day today, you are not going to revise everything. So revise the concept that you have written separately. Concept, formulas, approach, methodology for new questions, right? Some of these 5-6 questions are new to you. Otherwise, it depends on your accuracy, how accurately you solve it. That clear, everyone? So with that, I am winding up the class. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye and take care. We will meet in the next FLT discussion.